Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest. Mr. Austyn Gillette is with us. How are you, dude?
I'm well.
Yeah?
It's good to be here.
Is our desk dirty? You're cleaning up.
Well, you were
there.
cleaning up the hair on your sweatshirt, so I was thinking it was a fucking cat hair. It looked like a booger.
Well, it did. When you touched it and flicked it
You
off.
guys don't have like the Airbnb policy where you clean up after every show
We
and get like the check marks and ratings.
We try our best.
Give it a 2-star.
At the moment,
For cleanliness,
it's a
2-star.
Oh, dude, Chris actually showed up with hair all over his sweatshirt, and I totally forgot about that.
Okay, so pet hair, right? We were talking about this before we started, and if I pick my cat up or whatever, boom, hair all over, right? Now I am the guy who, if I find a human hair anywhere, food, whatever, like I'm done. That dish is done. I'm calling it a day. If I find my cat's hair in it, I'm just like, oh, little Larry's hair, and I keep.
I
eating.
thought you were gonna say you savor it and you put it back in.
I use it as a toothpick.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
No, but I just human hair disgusts me when it comes to like food and stuff like that. But my cat hair doesn't. It's very weird.
This is a great way to start the podcast off, you know?
We're animal lovers.
Yeah,
We're trying to start a pet business. That's what we were discussing as well.
That's right. That's right. But you have a dog.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog hair.
It's everywhere. It's a problem.
It's a thing.
What kind of dog?
Belgian Shepherd. Husky Chow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he probably sheds, huh?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
That's a nice mix.
Yeah.
I like that.
The Chow doesn't go over well.
Why? What do you mean?
When you take him to dog parks, when you try to refrain from saying Chow.
Oh.
Bad reputation.
Oh, really?
okay.
Yeah.
I think they're on the
And
list.
he had a bad couple of years too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Chow. So I don't know anything about dogs. So it's an aggressive dog.
They can be.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, dude, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah,
this is
dude.
amazing,
Of
bro.
course. Yeah.
Long time in the making. We've wanted
know,
you on the
I held
show
out.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Finally wrangled you in.
Worked
Yeah.
it out.
And just so happens to be on the day that they're doing construction right next door. So, if you do hear some drilling noises or a what seems to be a muffled fan, no, they're repairing a pipe out there.
They're doing some work next door.
Yeah. So
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't.
But I went outside to check it out. Just because I'm interested in that shit. I'm like, what could he be doing?
Right.
And he's just drilling into the stucco wall, and you could see the jackhammer shaking out of his hand. And it's a small one, too, because they have like a 10-pound, 20-pound, and then 50, and it keeps going up.
Okay.
Then you start needing people.
Right.
But he clearly needed somebody with like a 10-pound jackhammer.
What would you say he was
It was
using?
really working.
Probably 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You said he had his foot up on the wall and
Yeah.
he was really going at it.
It's a very rogue operation, I told you. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Because Austin was like, well, you want me to just go out there and ask how long he's going to be doing this? And we're like,
Can I help out?
Yeah,
I love this
yeah.
shit. I do.
hey, how's New York treating you?
It's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been there for about five months.
Okay.
Yeah. 4 months?
That's it?
It's weird. I don't know. Yeah,
Lose
time's
track.
weird.
Right.
We know
Yeah,
that.
especially now.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's weird.
Right.
I think it's four and some change.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you moved, that's quite the move from Southern California,
Yeah.
right, to...
I'd spent a lot of time there.
You did? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
Right.
it wasn't a second home, but I was very familiar with it, and it was, I think just more moving stuff out of the house is just annoying.
So...
Going somewhere new was exciting, and
Big production.
living there is exciting every
Sure.
single day, but yeah.
Moving.
And I was filming the video part, or the few things that came out last year
Right.
that probably disappeared already.
It's just-
That's why I'm here to remind you that I still do this shit, and will. But
That was great.
yeah, I think I was on the road for a month, and then got news. My girlfriend found out 2 weeks before having to move. She didn't really know where she was going to have to go for school, and then ended up being New York, which is actually, it could have been Reno,
Oh, whoa.
Modesto, or New York.
Wow.
So
Oh, you're hyped that you went
Yeah.
to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Modesto's beautiful this time of year.
it really is.
It all worked out, though.
Yep.
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, I feel good about it.
That's
yeah,
cool.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
And
Especially where we live too.
Oh, it's a good spot.
Or just being in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got you. Moving. I mean, listen.
Nothing against any of the boroughs.
Sure.
Just it's cool as a first move, bringing a whole house and like learning a new part of the city that I wouldn't have otherwise explored.
Sure.
What we were talking about, you
definitely.
know, like everything below 14th. You know it. You did it. You snorted it. You saw it. You were it. You died. You came back. Everything.
Sure.
And then being above 14th, I feel restored. Yeah.
Okay.
I sleep at night.
Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, sleeping is great,
Yeah.
man.
Good. It's quiet up there.
You're saying it was a no man's land up there. Perfect.
Moving process sucks. Even if you're moving down the street, it sucks. I can imagine moving cross country. You got to load up a truck. I'm sure the truck.
That
met
truck
you out
was a
there.
Prius.
You moved everything.
I shipped
In a Prius.
6 boxes and then drove out with the dog. Yeah.
Wait, you must have gotten rid of a lot of shit because we do accumulate stuff in the matter of a year. It's
Yeah.
like our shit at our house doubles.
For sure.
Well, before that, I was living in this small cabin at a friend's house that was 12 by 10 feet. And the bed was like a queen bed. So there was only a couple feet on each side. So I didn't really like have too much stuff. And I have a storage unit too.
Okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
lying.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I have a storage unit. I just remembered. It's like one of those auto pay things where you forget.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
Because
Look
they'll
at
raise
those-
the rent on you, and all of a sudden you're paying
Oh, no,
$500.
they do raise the rent
Yeah.
on you yearly, for sure. And not only that, like you have to make sure that your credit card is up to like date, because then if that
Yeah,
shit stops,
then-
then you what are you going to charge your shit on? Then you get
Storage wars.
Storage wars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Auction off the storage.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Which would be kind of nice.
You just well, that's why.
Kind
You
of.
know what? I feel the same. Unless you have like memorabilia in there, like
Right.
I feel like there's a reason why it's in storage. You don't. You don't need it. I put all the shit I don't need in storage.
You realize that when you go on trips. Like, do you guys realize, like, when you go on skate trips, whenever that was?
Right,
when was
right.
the
Yeah,
last
right.
skate trip?
It's been a
Or
while.
traveling
Been a
trip.
while.
I know the show's here, but, like, last trip.
Right. It's just
5-day trip.
Probably about 4 years for me.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
For a 5-day trip? Mm-hmm. I think whatever you packed then is probably all that you needed. That's kind of what I'm thinking is, like, the
Right.
stuff that you need.
That's a good.
Toiletry bag, couple shirts that you like. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm a minimalist, so whatever stuff I start accumulating, I don't live here. I don't live here. He's
This
pointing.
is
all
Storage
Roger.
Wars.
He's
This is
pointing
spam.
at everything in our place. Here.
Yeah.
This is
a little
but
hoarderish here.
In my
Yeah.
own
That one's good.
the Muska Paris
That-
Hilton
yeah,
mug,
that period.
sci-fi
Time.
fantasy. So
He moved to Ohio.
He
You hear about that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I've
he
been
got some
following him on
land out there.
Instagram.
Yeah.
He's snowing. He's chopping wood. He's doing all
He's
kinds of
snowing?
shit.
He was snowing then.
Right.
Yeah. Not anymore. Yeah.
He's got chickens. He's got a lot of
He's got
chickens.
chickens.
got a lot
You know
going
what?
on,
I'm a
dude.
fan of chickens. I like chickens. You know, they lay eggs. They're chickens.
That's a very Venice thing, too. When I was on my way over here, there was like a little farm for a little neighborhood farm.
I had chickens growing up.
You did?
Yeah, a couple.
Named them?
chickens. I do. I did name them. I don't remember what their names were though.
In the backyard.
Yeah, we had a coop.
Amazing.
Coyotes broken in the coop, and the chickens were gone.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Were you
Sorry.
were
Then
you
we had
sad?
then we had this big empty coop.
We just
So we
sat there.
tore the coop down.
There
and,
you go.
yeah. Listen,
Sorry. Quickly turned into therapy.
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Talking about
like-
animals,
has a
pets,
lot of-
and things we lost. Oh, shit.
As a lot of people say when they come on the show. It's therapy.
Little downer moment right there.
So, but how's that? So the move's good. Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking before the show, like, because Globe. Well, let's just dive right into the Globe thing really quickly.
They pay for this?
No.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Come on, bro.
I'm kidding.
A lot of people.
I'm kidding.
We talk about a lot of
You
stuff.
never know. We can get to know each other, but we'll go. Okay,
I just
let's
want
get
to
into it.
No, because it's a very new thing, and it's interesting.
It's a very old thing.
Tell us, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's an old company.
Well, no. But
been
you
around.
being on Globe, yeah, Globe. It's a new thing. I've never heard of
Yeah.
it before. They're killing it though.
But
you just got on. You got the shoe. You got the. You're traveling a lot for them now.
Yeah.
You're doing a bunch of shit, which is
Yeah.
exciting.
It's
I think
very
fucking
exciting.
dope.
I mean, I was gonna quit skating. That's basically what was gonna happen. I was gonna quit skating. I was gonna carry on doing former. I was handling a lot of the stuff in the back end and pretty much mostly everything. And then we got some new general managers that came in and relieved a lot of us of our daily
That's good.
duties. And that was very exhausting. But I was kind of at the point of just quitting skating and moving on into like the clothing industry.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know. It was just new. It was the only thing that I had at that point in time. Like I have other things that I could fall back on, but as far as what I was interested in and occupied with, that took up most of my time.
Got you.
And then, the Globe thing, I was talking to a few other brands at the time, and then, it just made so much sense to me. Like I was able to look at it. The only reason that it made sense is because I have a brand.
Yes.
That had to go through, the first 5 years of not having money and funding to do cool shit, and then realizing what you could do with funding and flexibility. And we basically, I built out this deck, and they'll probably fuck me. They'll fuck me. They could fuck me if they want. Legally bound. But
right.
I built out this branding deck.
Okay.
That basically displayed how they should display themselves if they want to introduce Globe into skateboarding again. Because I felt that for the past 10, 15 years, I wasn't paying attention to it.
Sure.
And it wasn't for any reason. They had a really good team for a long time, and then something happened. And then as soon as that happened, we stopped looking at it.
Right. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Sure.
So you wanted them to kind of reinvent themselves in a certain way. That's amazing.
That was the only way to do it. For me to do it, that's the only way.
Right. Because you didn't want to just jump on board this company.
I didn't want to do that with anybody.
Right.
I was talking to every shoe brand. I was reaching out to everybody, and they were just like, we can't give you what you want. You already had a pro shoe. You deserve a pro shoe. We can't pay you what we think you should be paid, so you should go somewhere else. And it was kind of a weird feeling. I felt like, all right, so...
These doors...
Like you're too good?
It was like a weird backhanded compliment.
Right,
like, can you just... Nothing? No.
Sorry,
we're not going to give you nothing.
Right. You should go elsewhere.
No, Vans was really sweet, and I loved everybody over there. They were supporting me for the last couple years, and then this came about. And I kind of looked around at brands, and if you look at, and this is a homework assignment for everybody listening here, and on wherever this is going.
Sure.
Look at every single brand that's in skateboarding right now. Every shoe brand, look at their main Instagram account. Look at their main website. Try to find skateboarding. You will not find it.
Interesting.
So when I looked at Globe, I was like, all right, it still has this. They sell this stuff that, maybe we won't fucking ever ride it or whatever, wear it. It's a different demographic, but it's a big company.
Right.
It's a very big company, and it took a long time for them to become a multi-million-dollar company.
Sure.
So once I looked at that and saw all the cheesy shit that goes on behind the scenes that skateboarders don't look at, then I realized it was possible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
I even did it yesterday because I was like, I want to make sure that if I do mention this today, that it still holds up. And I looked at every brand that's in like I'm talking about shoe brands.
Sure.
Skateboards would be much harder. But it's very, very corny. It looks like Target. If you look at every single brand, and then people are going to come, that was my biggest fear, is that people would go to Globe and be like, oh, well, this looks like, I don't know, like an outdoor company, or this is a fucking longboard, or this is thing. It's like, look at every brand, every shoe brand, you don't follow Adidas yoga or fencing or whatever.
I do.
But you should.
Yeah.
Most people should. But
Adidas fencing,
I don't
wow.
fucking know. Like, that shit exists, but we don't look at it.
100%.
It's something skateboarding.
Right.
It's a segment of the brand so that they could focus on that.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to create. And that already existed at every single brand that was not offering me anything. But this was a possibility to create that. And I feel like over the past 5 years, having a brand and other brands that we do Wheel Company as well, and seeing how the industry works and seeing the possibilities of just funding was a main thing. Is like, can you travel?
Right.
Can you afford good music? Can you have somebody filming 16? Can you have all these things that make a very well-rounded project and look that people can get behind?
It's important.
Yeah.
That's
for
very
sure.
fucking important.
Yeah.
I can imagine how hard that would be to do it without that. That's why nobody does, shoe companies. They do board companies, because you could go on Google and find a template and make a board brand in a week.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. I looked it up recently, and I was shocked. I was like, oh, no wonder these kids are fucking doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And destroying everything, but they don't.
I mean,
they don't-
speak. You know, it's
this is where we're at right
it's
now.
true.
It's just
true.
sad. It
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't realize what they're doing.
Right. Right.
Like, you're taking up real estate on that wall so that the shops can't focus on the cool brands that you were buying for so long.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
And not
true,
even
yeah.
if it's that, it's just like, you don't fucking deserve it. You didn't earn it.
Right.
You guys, all of you, earned it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody that was a
Right.
pro skater, at least growing up, earned it.
Right. Now you have
You
just
didn't make it.
right. Now you have anybody just calling up a wood shop, getting boards made, and
Set
going
up
to
a
That
YouTube account.
accessibility
Set up to
is
the
so
YouTube-
scary.
It's crazy. We could create
Yeah.
a board brand right now.
But they do it on their
And go.
own. They do it on their own for the most part. I mean, do a lot of these like board shops pick up these new brands?
Especially if they're local and stuff, for
Maybe,
sure.
I guess so.
For
The
sure.
local shop will get behind.
But
them,
that's
yeah.
how little brands start. I mean, look at Welcome, right? They
Yeah.
probably started off a certain, I don't know, I'm just
I
like,
don't look at them. I just heard that they do really well.
Right, right. But it is true, though. It is true. There's a lot of board brands out there. Because it used to be everything was funneled up into X amount of companies.
There was like 10 big brands
Yeah,
at one point.
that's
That was it.
right?
Yeah.
Now the money's being dispersed all over the place,
Yeah.
which is hard for big companies like a Girl or Chocolate or Habitat or these companies,
I
Very
mean, they'll
hard
start
for
to
them.
see little dents, but if you have a really solid like distribution and the way that you do business, I mean, hopefully it wouldn't penetrate your shit that much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
But
you
I mean,
might-
I know that it's definitely affecting those that where their shit is not really where it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all these heritage brands, it seems like Santa Cruz, for instance, and these they have had longevity for reasons.
You
know
see
what I
that shit at the airport.
It-
Once
Yeah.
you see shit at the
Dude.
airport,
I mean,
you're like,
they've evolved.
good job. You fucking did it. I don't care.
I've seen fucking beer with fucking Santa Cruz on it. I mean,
yeah.
they've
Yeah,
really
yeah.
gone the distance, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's
Whoever
just
does their licensing, hit
Yeah.
them up.
Right.
9 Club.
Right. So
They sponsor the show.
This is yeah, they do. So these are the things that you were kind of looking at, and it's interesting because I've never actually took the time to go and look at like footwear companies' websites and Instagrams.
Nobody's gonna
see
do
it-
this shit.
I just see it in my feed, and I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, okay, cool. And a lot of the times, especially with Instagram, doesn't matter what brand it is, I'm just being sold a product to.
Yeah.
I'm not being like, engaged with. You know what I mean? I'm just seeing a picture of a shoe that they're trying to push on me,
Yeah.
or whatever product.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at it as like a marketing, like the taste level. What is the taste level? What's the temperature of the shit that's going on in the contemporary brands that are competing in skateboarding? And it's fucking cheesy. And I don't know if it's just because of my age or being in it for long enough to have perspective on it and see like it looked a certain way back then or it felt that way. It could still feel that way to kids, but
Sure.
and that's fine, and it should, but you should know that there's much larger audiences that are funding this whole thing.
Yeah.
And once you realize that and accept that, you're like, oh, there's so many possibilities. You don't have to be Flo. Like, I'm fucking 30. I
Right.
don't want to be Flo. I'm good on that.
that's damn true, bro. Straight up.
I just don't want to be Flo. Like, I have a house. I have dreams. I have video parts that are coming out. I work hard. I have companies, things that they're responsibilities. Like, I can't be Flo.
Right.
Like, it looks cool to wear a certain shoe, but I can't afford that
Exactly.
as much as they can afford me, which is fucking fine. And that was to come to terms with that was really hard. It was kind of like, oh fuck, like, do I have any validity in skateboarding do these video parts affect people? And that's like a confronting thing. And I was like, I was battling that for the past couple of years because I was wearing somebody else's shoes, putting out video parts that I thought had, I don't know, legs.
Right.
It's sexy.
They lasted for maybe a day and a half, maybe 3.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know how long, but I liked what we were putting out at that time, and I was proud of it, and not getting really any feedback from that other than just the internet. And
Sure.
That's when I started to realize I was like, oh, these things that people are clicking on the phone, that doesn't feel good at all. That doesn't feel like anything. I don't feel anything from that. I want somebody to notice it, and then we could work on a project together, and then we could start designing things and do all that stuff. And it's like, I feel bad for a lot of like, and maybe this will resonate with some kids that are doing this shit, but it's like, if you're on flow and you're 25, you're going to be flow, unless, I don't know. Like if
you've been there for a while,
the reality of it.
Yeah. If you've been there for a while, you're 25, you're like, yeah.
The company is not looking. I mean, maybe I'm a fucking rare case where. What wasn't like Kenny? Didn't he turn pro at like 28 or something like that?
Kenny? No, he was pro for a while. I mean, listen, it does happen. You know, it does.
Rare. It's very
it's rare. I mean, Kelly, you turned pro at a later age.
I turned pro at 30 years old.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't listen to anything I've said this whole episode.
But no, but what you're saying though,
But I think you got a point, though.
you do have
because we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're pro again.
Listen, we're all doing it.
Yeah, we did.
We're all doing it, baby.
This is only half a Modelo in.
But you do. I love it. But you do have a point, though. You do have a point. It's like if you listen. And we were talking about before all the companies out there, right? So, but if you want to get on one of these, I think the bigger companies now are looking for the next best thing,
and they should
be.
Right? Yeah,
right.
Makes sense.
And they're like, well, this kid's been on flow. He's 25. Where's his skateboarding going to go? Has it elevated already? Is it going to be elevating? Like,
and how does it fit with our brand? Like, how do we? If he's been there for 5 years, and
I couldn't think of a better situation for those brands. Is you're just giving out these whatever, a whole fucking town of shoes to wear these shoes for free, free marketing.
Yeah,
don't have to do fucking anything. They sit there, and then the videos, and it's zoomed in, and it's really close to their feet, and they're like, that's exactly what we need. We don't even have to pay these people.
Right.
They're gonna fucking wear this for free or buy it.
There you go.
That's a win-win for them.
Right.
That's to realize that you're like, oh, that's the fucking game. That's who's left in the industry because all the other shoe companies are out.
Totally.
Everybody's out.
It's true. So this was all coming upon the time where you were thinking about just hanging it up.
Yeah.
When you were actively looking for a shoe sponsor.
Yeah.
Right.
So to go back to it, I did the pitch, actually presented it to him.
That's amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
By the way.
Sure.
Because a lot of people, they won't take the time to do that.
Well, it's also like, yeah.
No, I think when you're proactive about it, it just shows that you care that much more, and
Right.
you're about to bring shit to the table.
There were a lot of people that did that, and I like even growing up, like Muska was pretty,
For sure.
a pretty big part of like, I don't know,
a brand's identity and
yeah, he
shaping-
did
shaping
a
a brand.
really
Yeah,
good job of
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, and people felt that, and he felt that they was close to a product and close to everything, and I feel like, and Deerdick did a fucking great job of that, and people would say, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever opinions they have, but he wanted to learn something new. He wanted to take from what he had in skateboarding to what he could learn from the team internally and the design team and whatever it would take to make a business. That starts to become interesting.
Sure.
You
For sure.
did that
No,
with Diamond,
100%.
and yeah. So I think that's kind of why. I wouldn't have done that if I was fucking 20 or there's no way.
Sure.
But it was well received. There were a few things they didn't agree on, but I was willing to get over that. And then the main thing was just having control over the travel, my shoe design, ad layouts, separate Instagram, separate website, redirecting people to this segment of the brand so that we could just focus on skateboarding over here. You could still carry on doing this other stuff, which every single fucking brand does anyways. Feed them that, and we get this.
Got you.
And they agreed to that, and I don't know.
That's fucking sick.
I couldn't say no to that, where you're just like, you get to do exactly what you want.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You get to go exactly where you want and film with, this new crew of people and new friends, and we're trying to add some more people to the team, and to have a budget to do that is pretty exciting. And like,
that's extremely rare.
To tell a company to like, we're gonna bring down like your logo, everything. We're gonna switch up every single thing that you're used to make it exciting again. That's a scary thing. Like, I'd be fucking scared of that.
Right.
But it's been out for a week and a half, and we've already gotten a pretty good response from a lot of core shops and a lot of people where I was like, fuck, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was so scared. I knew that like I was working hard on the project and filming, but I don't know how far that goes. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you put out good footage with good music, I mean, whatever, or music that works to the skating, whatever it is,
sure,
then that's enough. And then you could start to build from there.
Right.
At the end of the day, bro, you're a powerhouse in this fucking industry. You know what I mean? And I think it was in bad taste for those other brands to kind of miss out on the opportunity. I know that you had a lot on your list, what your expectations were, but if they were legit enough for Globe to be like, you know what? Let's take a ride with this dude. You know what I mean? So congrats on that, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's amazing,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely unexpected though.
Right.
Which I like. I mean, every time I've done those moves, like going to 3D or going to Huff, like Huff was just a conversation, just me and Huff, and he was like, I forgot what he was asking. He didn't think we were serious about riding for the brand. And I was like, what if Dylan and I get on the team? And then he was like, I'll call you back. He called us back, and then
Wait, how did that happen? Were you and Dylan talking like, yo, we should ride
Dylan
for
was
Huff?
talking to, he was talking to Adidas. I was talking to Converse for the third time.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then you guys came together and like, hey, let's just do Huff, or?
Yeah, and it was kind of that same thing. It's like, oh, we get to travel together and go where we want and film with this new team, but also still doing the same thing that we were doing, and then design the stuff that we want to wear. It's like, it's not asking that much, but certain brands are like, no, this is what your shoe's going to look like.
I mean, it's a skater too. That's kind of all we want.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's the simple things. Travel, shoe.
Just because the shoe is so like responsible for the skateboarder, you know what I mean? So you want to kind of have that, your spin. You want to put your spin on it and have something that you're gonna be stoked to fucking rep. Not that you're not gonna be stoked to rep, another shoe that they created for you, but you know what I mean. And when you have that special touch coming from yourself, it's just like more gratifying.
Yeah, but that's how that happened.
Wow.
With Huff as well. So it's the same thing.
Just conversation. Hey, what about this? And then boom.
Yeah, real candid conversation.
Huh.
I was just talking to him, just telling him where I was at. And I wasn't thinking that Huff would ever like pay us or support or do anything that we would ever want to do. It was just a friend talking to another friend.
Like, it sounds like you were, you said you were talking to Converse for the third time.
And then the sirens that are going on
that's
outside
normal. I don't even...
went off in his head, and then we did this thing, and we started this whole fucking brand.
Wow.
And it changed. No, it was cool. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like that shifted Huff at that period of time, too.
Sure.
I mean, they already had a great team. But it just, people started looking at it differently.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
And I think when you do that, I was watching that Bourdain, the Roadrunner documentary. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Fuck,
Heard
it's
about
great. But he just said this one blurb at one point. He was just like, I want to be controversial.
Right.
I don't want to be liked all the time. And I already, like, that's a good place to be.
Sure.
Is to go against that grain. I think people are so scared of that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And you see it so much
This
right
day
now.
and
There's
age
so
especially.
many kids where you're just like, you're so scared.
You want to be safe.
Right.
You're just you're just being safe. And there are a few people that are doing it, and they're doing a great job of it. But that shit never interests me.
Right.
And that's probably pretty clear. And a lot of people won't like wear shit that I wear or skate the way that I skate because they're like, I don't identify, or I don't fucking know what they do with it. Like, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
But it's just never really, it's not stimulating.
Yeah.
I get you.
It'd be so fucking easy to go buy a fucking pair of pants from the thrift store right now, cut them off, and like slap a curb.
Yeah.
And that sounds great. Like, that sounds really easy, but I'm not stimulated by that. It doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
Like,
right.
obviously I love slapping curbs, but like to like dress the look and do the fucking thing of that thing, I'm just like, I can't fall into that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people fall into that thing.
Right.
And then you fall into like, you do that, then you become that, and then you're like, oh, well, all right, well, you're going to be shopping there forever. And that's the reality of things where you're like, that was the fucking 90s. And this shit's going on longer than the 90s. This whole thing is so weird.
Bro.
You guys lived it more than I was fucking born then. But like, I started skating so young that I was looking at it.
For sure.
And doing my research, but it's so crazy.
I was about to go to the thrift store too with my slappies. Get
You
some
were.
pants. Yeah, I was.
You know where to go. Not near here anymore.
But that's amazing, and congrats for
What a tangent.
I love tangents.
Yeah, we love that.
But
Three-fourths in.
to find a home in Globe, and it's incredible, man. I love it. And the fact that you were kind of on the cusp and already thinking about like just hanging it up, and then
That's
not,
what sucks, dude.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get to a point, I think, right? And you're just, what am I doing?
To let those
you don't want to be on
decisions-
flow, like you said.
To let those decisions dictate like your true feelings about what you've done for so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really come to that point, you're just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
You know?
there are certain people where you can tell like they're clearly milking it, and
Sure.
they should. If somebody's willing to pay them, milk it. That's what it's there for, I guess, right?
I
They're
mean-
willing to do that.
Yeah.
So take it.
Right.
But I don't really want to be a part of like when you know that you have more to contribute
Totally.
and you're not done.
Totally.
Right.
Then I don't know. That's where I was at. I was like, I'm not done yet.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I still want to film video parts. I still have fucking ideas, and I don't feel,
And it seems like that with the clothing brand, you actually got people in place that, because it sounds like you were really in the thick of it and you were doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that
all
took
of us were.
Sure, but that took a lot off your plate to actually think about, well, wait a minute, I can now skate and do the things that I want to do. Because business can really take a hold of you and stop you from doing a lot of things.
We were talking about that earlier.
100% though. I mean,
Once a week.
I'm just talking off of experience here. It's like, started this show, boom, I'm in this now. And it's taken over my being.
Yeah.
And I can't get out of it because we don't have a lot of people that can help us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's tough.
It's a cool lesson to learn, and I think that even like we could barely touch on it, but just with all these kids starting those brands, you put out a first collection of boards or whatever you want to do, a season. You have to make another one, and it has to be original to you or whatever it is, and that's a lot to live up to. And then you have to fund it, and then you have to do all these things. Like, you guys now you made one show. Now what show are you on? Like
200 and something.
So
We've
you
had
go.
over like almost 500 shows.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a lot to take on. And I don't think we realize it because you're so excited about it at first,
Exactly.
about the idea, and then the responsibilities that come with that could sometimes taint or help destroy your career. And that's kind of what it was doing, is this other thing was like taking away from my career.
Right.
So it couldn't have came at a better time where it's like, oh, you could do this again.
Yeah.
not.
Did you realize it at the time that that it was kind of taking over and you had lost that kind of skate ability?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't do anything.
Right.
I lost like friendships. I lost everything. I was just doing that.
Right.
Living and breathing the brand, and
Right,
that was
right.
that was a weird time.
It's always a weird time. Like I said, business is business. And with a clothing brand, a podcast, anything, you start getting momentum and your time gets drawn in.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, cool. It's fun when you first start. Yeah, cool. Hey, let's go skate. Oh, we're going to have so-and-so on the show, or we're going to put out this product. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. 3-4 years down the line, you're like, wow. I don't have shit. I live, breathe, eat this shit.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird thing with clothing too, because you're always a year out. So you're always thinking that way. Mm-hmm. So you're not quite as present as most people that are living their lives. Mm-hmm. And I've realized that, and a buddy of mine told me that. He's like, 10 years will go by really quickly in this industry. Watch out. Get the fuck out of it, or watch out, or hire somebody to do this. And luckily that it all happened, and it all kind of exploded in its own ways, and it's kind of...
Well, because how long you been doing Former?
Former's 5 years.
So we're on the same track. We've been doing it 5 years too, you know, and
we made it. We made it.
God bless us, man. We how did the Former thing come about? Because you Dylan Reeder, a couple other people too.
Dane Reynolds and Craig Anderson.
Craig Anderson.
Yeah. Those are both surfers.
Did you, which is amazing, by the way.
Those are like, I try to explain to people, Dane is basically like Ave, and Craig is basically Dylan.
For surfing.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Sick.
Of that caliber where it's like, nobody will ever be them. Ever.
And that's how they're looked at in the surf industry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, it was this cool pairing where it's like, I was almost watching because I was like, I don't think I'm any of those fucking guys. I'm just watching this whole show of all these people that are super fucking talented. And we were all out of a clothing sponsor at that time. And the guy who started Monster Children, the magazine in Australia, Campbell, we went on a trip called Team Average, which was kind of maybe it'd been done before. But we went on a trip where it was just surfers and skaters that had never met each other really before. And they just wanted to see if we would either collide or...
Vibes.
Yeah. Become good friends. I don't know. Yeah. They wanted to see what would come of it. And, we all became really close friends. And, I think they were at Quicksilver at the time. We all rode for Quicksilver, which is weird.
Oh, yeah, gosh.
Yeah, because Dylan rode for Quicksilver. Mm-hmm. Dane rode for Quicksilver. Craig, myself. But they were on crazy fucking dough. Surf money is... It's
different.
It's different.
It hits way different. I don't know what it is.
Did you talk to him about that? Did you talk to him about what they were making and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And it was a way significant compared to skateboarding?
Alarming or shocking?
Yes.
Snowboarding as well.
I know one guy that rides for a clothing company. He makes $600,000 a year.
For clothing.
And he's not in the contest circuit. He just does cool shit.
That's crap.
What?
How do we change this?
And that's just one sponsor.
It's too late.
Do we start surfing?
We need a surf podcast. I don't know what we do. Yeah.
I can interview surfers. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing, man.
But either way.
How was that floater you did last night?
We Campbell did this intro email with all of us. We could have texted, I don't know, but he wanted some official document so that we, one day could look at this email and,
amazing.
They dropped out of, I think they were going to re-sign to their contracts at Quicksilver and didn't. And then we started the brand.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, in 2017, but we were working on it in 2015, probably starting then.
Interesting.
Coming up with names, designing. Name took the longest.
Name's very important. Logo's important. Sure. How'd you land on the name Former?
We couldn't come up with a name. We did multiple trips. We even flew people out from Australia to come out to do, just to work on. We went as far as to like cutting up fucking names and putting them into a bowl. And we got his baby. We got his baby at the time to just grab whatever.
What name did the baby?
Scraps. I don't remember what it was, but we didn't use that one. Yeah. I don't think we used that one. But yeah, we wasted a lot of money starting the thing, and then it started, and then we Dane kind of came up with it, and we all agreed because we couldn't really associate the name with anything. Like it wasn't like every brand that's out right now, like Girlfriend or brother. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Like former is not that at all. Where we're like, oh, that's there's a relief that you can't associate it with anything. And Dane's idea behind it was that former was like us forming something.
Oh, yeah.
It was four of us. I don't know if it was like this big old play on words, but he was like, that's how he saw it. And it was nice to have somebody else decide. Just because, I don't know, surfers are much typically just easier going. They have more relaxing lives and make a lot of money. They don't really care about much, but like it was nice to like, have some. Dane really cares about this stuff and have somebody that really believed in it, because we almost bought this one name, and this guy it was a fucking elbow pad company.
Oh,
maybe just specifically elbow pads and knee pads. I don't know. It was weird. It was a real cloak and dagger business out of a fucking. I think it was out of like a storage unit, but he wanted $75,000 for this name.
you were actually going to buy the name.
We liked the name so much. $75,000. Can't do it.
Okay.
Can't say it. You can't give this shit away. No.
Fuck.
I mean, you can't.
We'll give you $75
bucks
if you tell us.
You can't even buy
$75.
it. Nobody could buy it.
Okay.
But,
$75,000, you can, right?
I mean, saying anybody that would want to do it now.
Right.
Oh.
With inflation, that could be,
It's gone up.
Yeah.
115. I don't fucking know what it'd be.
So
This is a while ago.
You decided not to buy this name off of this person.
Yeah, that was a wise
Good
decision.
idea.
We needed everything
Wow, I can imagine like liking a name so much and so dead set on it that you went to go buy it.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
For sure.
And it's
Or even
an already existing business.
I'm going to really fuck things up right now by saying this, but we started with $500,000
Okay.
of everybody just
Putting
money
in
together.
money. That's great.
And just to put that into perspective, like for people starting brands right now, that does fucking nothing without a plan.
Oh my god.
So if I were to offer
Clothing.
any advice, do not go in without a plan or without. Oh man,
you gotta have a plan coming to $500,000. Are you fucking serious?
I mean, we had a designer, we had a production team, we had a warehouse. It just got soaked up so fucking quickly. In 2 years, it was gone.
Right.
It was gone.
You had $500,000 and you got a baby to pick a name out of the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the brand started.
Yeah.
We had a friend of ours, a designer, that actually knew what he was doing. We had people that knew what they were doing.
Sure.
We were just
You still
helping
have to
fund
form it.
and
You have to
come
make
up
sure
with
that it's
exactly.
going to come together.
Right.
Yeah, but we've made every fucking mistake, and now we're not making mistakes,
That's
and things
what-
are going well. And
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
we have
great.
general managers that have experience that
Perfect.
have worked in the industry for a long time, and it's nice to not make those mistakes.
That's awesome.
I think it's
just-
important
yeah.
for any business owner to be, ground up building a business, because now you know the ins and outs of everything,
Yeah.
by being there, Just whisper the name into the mic. What was it?
Did you hear? I did say it.
There's some people that are
I
going to
did
rewind
say
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
I
a-
did say it.
Yeah.
Something like dessert or something.
That's new. That's a new brand.
Dessert.
That sounds like every fucking video right now. Dessert.
Dessert.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Congrats on
Yeah,
the
dude.
former thing.
Fuck yeah.
And I was looking at the website today, man. You guys got great stuff. Great
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
I really
you.
like it.
Yeah, I was scared what you were about to say there.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm
I
not-
don't know. I don't know what
listen,
your shit is.
this
I don't
is
know
my
what your
shit.
Oh, well,
You
like
we're not
sweater
gonna-
with
cat hair.
We're not going to infiltrate then. We won't. Yeah.
I'm very simple. I'm a guy. I wear.
We'll
I
get
just-
you
I-
some stuff.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I would love
get
to.
you some- everybody,
Just
whatever
maybe.
you guys want.
Love it.
How about a
The
discount code?
somebody was telling me about the pajama pants.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me a thing, and they it was a video of you saying something about pajama pants. It was fucking great.
When you were we probably reviewed one of your videos.
yeah.
Kelly was like, I like the trick, but I can't do it. I hate them.
I didn't say.
Or he said something like that.
I've never said I hate
No, I don't-
anything on the show.
I don't think you've said hate ever. But either way, whatever you said was so fucking funny coming
should
out of your
hear when
mouth.
you got off camera.
But I was thinking, I brought you guys bagels. Okay. From New York, but what I really wanted to bring was pajama pants.
That's
To
Yes.
Kelly for the thing.
I'll
I didn't
wear 'em.
watch the whole episode.
If
see,
they're
that's-
former, I'll wear them.
But that's the
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
though, is like Kelly can't. What?
I dropped
Was
it.
that Kelly can't wear
they're
pajama
here.
pants.
I can't
you
pull
know?
them off.
No.
Yeah.
But you
you can-
I think you
beautifully.
could.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Okay, just like kicking it, just in pajama pants.
No, skating.
I think you could skate in them.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't make stuff that's not skatable.
like I said, man, I was
like it's
looking...
not like, I mean, the leg opening on it is consistent with every other brand.
Sure.
That's the stuff that I take into consideration. But then you had to, I don't know, people like fun pants. They like that shit.
Yeah.
Nick Trapasso, dude.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
That was
But I went on the way. I like them. You know, I was like, oh man, they make some good stuff. You know, and it's great. You know, I love it. Listen, even if you give us a discount code for the website, I'll buy some stuff.
You already know everything that we did. Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So
let's do a little collaboration. 9 Club pajama pants. Former.
There we go. Happen.
Come on, why not?
Our minimums are 300. Can you guys sell that?
We could sell like maybe 20.
That's good.
Yeah. You take care of the rest.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, we'll take the burden. Yeah.
Clothing's a hard. We'll take the burden. Clothing's a hard business. Sizes, as a shoe business, you know.
Shoes. Yeah,
and
shoes
everything.
are hard too.
So when you were with the Globe thing, now let's go back even further.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we start, Habitat.
No. Let's start with Termite. Let's start with there.
Oh, we were teammates. Listen, a lot of people have come through Termite.
Have they?
Yeah.
Wasn't Marius on there too? Or am I tripping?
I think a lot of people. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? Wait, is it 16 skateboarders?
Oh, 16.
16.
Yeah.
It was kind of like probably when that was ending or something, right?
Okay.
I don't know when it would have been.
Because you didn't go from Termite
1999, 19.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what. Or 2000. That's when it came out. Because I was 9 years old when that came out. But basically, I was skating the skate park in Redlands, and this guy came up and he was talking to my dad, and he was just like, "Hey, I think your son's whatever." The classic case. Just like your son could maybe
do something.
Whatever. He could do something with his life. Started filming me. His name's Eric Bavay, and he had a shop called Last Stop, I believe, and it was in Ukaipa.
Oh,
You know
wow.
Ukaipa?
Yeah. It's out there, yeah.
Yeah. So, he put me on the team, and then I was kind of, I think I was doing that for maybe a couple months or something. I don't remember. This is a long time ago, but and he mentioned this company that wanted to do this team with all these little kids, and I'm a little kid. I don't fucking know. That sounds exciting.
Hell yeah.
So we did it, and then it was kind of like a one-stop shop. That was like Grind King, Termite. I don't know what else was out of there. There was a grip tape company out of there too.
Grip tape.
I don't remember the grip tape.
I do not remember this grip tape company.
Maybe it's a good thing.
Definitely
I have no clue.
Definitely Grind
Wait, when did you start skating?
Any of these plugs, I don't think none of these exist anymore.
Yeah. Grind King, is that really still a thing? I feel like for some reason...
I like those
I feel
trucks,
like they
though. I
are.
like the Allen key thing. I like that.
Yeah.
I wish it was that. That makes more sense.
Right.
Does Royal do that?
They do.
Royal does
They
do
Royal.
that.
incorporated that, for
Yeah.
sure.
They did that?
Yeah.
Shit.
But wait,
Forgot about
what age did you start skating?
that. When I was 7?
That's young.
Maybe 7?
Yeah.
My mom got my brother and I boards for Christmas, and then I don't know what happened for those 2 years or year and a half, whatever it was, and then you're just in a video that somehow gets circulated around the world. I feel so bad for whoever bought that at that period of time, because there were so many good videos that were coming out, you know? And that was 2000. It must have been 2000. So,
Oh, wow.
but I don't know. A lot of people fucking watched that.
It's like photosynthesis and then
Exactly.
fucking...
It's a hard one to say. I have a hard time with that one too. But yeah, that was coming out then too, and I was buying that. That was like that's what we were aware of. But it would have been 9 or something like that.
9 years old.
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Termite.
Jumping off roofs.
Yeah.
Last
doing the
part.
whole- last part in the Termite
last
video.
part. Got the closer. Yeah. Acting like a
exciting.
fool. Yeah.
Definitely.
I love hearing about... I never heard the story before. That's why
Yeah.
Because hearing about how you went from there, and then you kind of grow... What made
So
you...
much shit happened. Like, as I was on the flight to come out here, I was like, I don't remember the video parts or the people that had like come in and come out of my life. So I'm trying to remember all these things.
Right.
Either way, I rode for that shop and then Termite for maybe a year or two after that, and then.
And you're from like Orange County, right?
I'm from Whittier.
Whittier. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I also want to clear this shit up too. I was born in Whittier. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make it any fucking cooler. It's just a suburb town, which is in LA County.
Yeah, a little bit outside downtown.
Yeah. Not too far away.
Yeah.
There you go.
Moved a bunch of fucking places. But I only lived in Brea for 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
But that was when people started to like, maybe my name was circulating or I was on Habitat. So like, oh, this guy's from fucking this place. And I was like, I didn't really live there for that long.
Okay.
Like in comparison to anywhere that I've lived my whole life. It was such a short period of time.
Sure.
But yeah, I lived in Whittier. I lived in the mountains with my dad in Big Bear. But yeah, we can go back to after Termite. I went to there was this contest called fuck, you probably remember.
What, Castle contest or?
It was like Castle, something.
Where was it?
It was in San Diego.
Damn.
Not that it wasn't just specific to San Diego, but either way, it's this contest, and Riley Hawk was in the thing. And that was a big thing because I was just like, oh shit, that's Tony Hawk's kid. I'm going for his neck.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Sure. No, but Tony Hawk was there, this whole fucking thing. It was my first contest. I ended up winning the thing somehow.
Wow.
And then got a photo with Tony Hawk. And then I was just on Hawk clothing. And I don't really remember. I don't remember what happened in what order.
Okay.
Board wise, but then I think I was just off Termite for some weird reason. I think they were just like, you're just not, you grew out of
Too
it.
old.
Yeah.
But still pre-pubescent and like a loser.
Well,
I didn't have a clue about anything.
I mean, there's no like 25-year-olds on Termite, you know.
Could be.
Wasn't like in 16 skateboards after you were
That's what I'm
16,
saying.
you had to
done.
leave?
Oh, that was
Yeah.
the deal.
Yeah. So it's kind of, once you were not a Termite anymore, you're
Yeah, you were free.
Yeah.
You were free. Then Hawk clothing, you know.
Winning contest.
And there were a
didn't
lot
even
of
know
people on Hawk clothing too.
Oh, were there?
That made it out. Yeah, Marius was on Hawk. He wasn't
right.
on Termite.
Okay, Mark.
Tyler Bledsoe,
Tyler Bledsoe, Tony Hawk.
Kyle Nicholson.
Hawk.
He was on there.
Yeah.
Kyle Nicholson.
Kyle
Holy
Nicholson.
shit! Yeah, he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's in Philly. I don't know. I don't know who else was in that on that team.
It was all Hawk clothing was just a
Oh,
kid's.
Lamar Hemmings.
Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Wow,
Lamar. You remember Lamar?
Hemmings.
Of course.
Yeah, he was on fucking
He was on
DVS.
DVS.
Yeah.
It's on DVS for
Yeah.
a hot minute.
Yeah.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then from
So you got a Hawk.
yeah, then what?
Fuck. So many things. I've ridden for every truck company there is, besides Indy.
Okay.
What do you skate now?
Thunder.
Oh.
And have been for a while. But yeah, before that, it was on Royal,
Venture,
Venture, Grind King.
Grind King.
Oh, you were on the Grand King mission too?
Yeah, it was on Grind King.
Yeah.
Grind King
Chet
mission.
Thomas had a company. It was a truck company. Forgot the name of it.
Chet Thomas
Annex. Annex.
Oh.
Rode for Annex.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Why all the truck companies?
I have no clue. It was this weird time where they were like throwing out money. And it wasn't much. It was just like a couple $100 bucks. But they're just like, oh, this new thing's happening. Here's a new thing. And then Royal was like the big one where it was like, oh shit, you're on the team with like those guys.
The guys, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Crail Tap company.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
was like the introduction to that. But
Yeah.
in between that, yeah, fuck, I spent so much time in like San Diego after that with like the Hawk thing, and then Huntington Beach with a lot of people out there. Aaron Felix, he's the guy who fixes all the VXs. He was a really, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he helped me out quite a bit during that time period. Him and his brother Shane, and then Sinner. Pat
Sinner.
Squall, he was part of that crew too. It was weird. It like ran through so many crews. Grateful for it. It was just like thinking about it on the on the flight over here. I was like, fuck that. What a ride.
Yeah.
I like hung out with so many people and had those periods of time that, yeah.
Well,
Now
when you
we've all changed so fucking much.
100%. But when you were on these little teams and the truck companies, I mean, were you traveling around a little bit, or were you just kind of?
Yeah, I think. I think like when Like since Termite, I've been traveling.
Okay.
Yeah, so for like 21 years.
That's not stopped.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Huh.
There was so much traveling that I couldn't keep up with school, so then I had to do independent studies, and then
Okay.
Habitat guys made me go back to school.
Oh, they made you go back to school.
Yeah, we're skipping a lot of steps, but
Wow.
either way.
That's rare. You don't hear
Well,
like, you know.
was traveling that much where, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It would affected.
Let's talk. Okay, so is there anything we're missing in that time period?
So much.
I know, but what are we?
So much stuff.
Where are we?
So you're on truck companies, and then when did you get involved? What about board companies?
So
were you
all
like
of them.
all of them?
It was just a shop flow. It was a shop flow thing. It wasn't like they wanted me. It was just like me bugging reps
Okay.
to be like, can I skate for
Let me
you or
skate
something?
that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right. How did you then settle on Habitat or whatever? Was
that-
Habitat like your first big?
Yeah.
That was it.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Before that, I don't know who I was
Flo?
writing
No?
for. Yeah, I was Flo for a while.
Flo for
with
a
them,
while.
yeah, for a couple years. 2 years maybe. And I think looking back on it and like looking at the footage, like, oh shit, that is a little kid. There wasn't a style that was
Interesting.
there. There wasn't anything developed. It was just maybe Joe Castrucci or Brennan Conray saw something else that I didn't see, because the rest of the team was like, fuck this guy. Fuck this kid. Because it's like an East Coast brand. They're like, there's no reason for like this kid from California
Brea.
at the time. Just a bad taste. It just sounds bad. But get, whatever.
Sure.
Well, isn't
but-
Danny or he lived out there too, right? Garcia.
Yeah. But he
He's
was
from there.
Yeah, he's from there.
But how old were you when you were Flo?
13 or 14.
Okay, still a little kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but then something happened where when I was 15 and a half, maybe, I was traveling to Barcelona with them.
Okay.
And I was traveling with Brennan out there to start filming for Inhabitants, which I think was, that was the first.
So did they let you in on like, hey, you're gonna film for this video?
Not really. It was
Just come
Brennan.
out?
Brennan was basically pushing for it or trying to see what I could do, and they were, I don't know, they were invested in it, enough to send me out there, and I stayed out there for 3 months, and
Wow.
2 to 3 months, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
15
quite some
years
time.
old, right?
Yeah, and I was doing my homework from the road, and then skating Machpa and trying to sell boards and do it. I didn't have shit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I didn't come from like.
That's still living the dream,
any of
straight
that.
up.
No, it was the best.
But I mean,
was
at
just like, this
15.
is so fucking cool. Yeah.
Right.
And I was able to drink wine and do these things.
Oh,
I was
beautiful.
just like wine and baguettes, and
Yeah.
that's all you need.
Wine and baguettes.
That's all you need.
For sure.
That was it.
But it's rad that they made you kind of do your homework and stuff too. They
Yeah.
just say, "Oh, kid, come with
That's
us,"
super
and
Yeah, I was very fortunate to like end up with those guys, and I think that's why I don't know. Later, or looking back on it, so yeah, I owe a lot to those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't think I would have been just looking at some of the people and traveling with a lot of skateboarders and just seeing their sensibility and interest and ability to like integrate into just normal society that doesn't really exist. And I think that's such an important lesson. I feel like those guys taught me those lessons that you wouldn't otherwise learn.
Sure. It's important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
So yeah, they were a very sensible bunch.
After the first trip, you get back for 3 months in Barcelona. I mean, what an experience that must have been.
Oh my God, I saw the craziest shit.
I bet.
That was like when DC, that was winning at his height.
Oh, is this like the meltdown habitat zone?
Yes.
Okay, wow. Yeah.
It was a very crazy time. And that was my idol as well.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like growing up, like Mark Johnson, Reese Forbes, Dennis Buznitz, all those guys were like, and Stefan. That was basically like, I was like, yep, that's exactly what I want to be. All of that shit together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and winning was, after the Habitat thing and getting introduced to like DNA, I was like, oh, that's the guy. That was the time period. And like wearing the shit and wearing the pants and the fucking New Era hats. Like I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
You have to be doing that. And that was kind of that time period. But yeah, seeing winning at that point I was just like, oh, don't meet your idols.
It
was so dark. So fucking dark.
I mean, for a 15-year-old kid, too.
I was at a brothel at 15 and a half just watching my favorite pro skaters do the craziest shit.
I'm sure.
People don't talk about that often.
It was
But
the craziest shit. Yeah, like a Lazy Susan stage of like people fucking each other on this whole, like doing the... and I was still a virgin. I didn't know these. I didn't know anything. I'd never seen...
You get exposed by some shit in the skateboard world.
Yeah, and that was like... And I think after that, it was basically, you need to go back to school. Okay. That's not clear. After I had told like Joe or somebody, he's like, yeah, no, you don't need that. Let's get you back. Because if you could very easily go down that road.
No doubt.
Sure.
No doubt.
Maybe not that place or wherever the fuck they were. There was like champagne bottles like this tall. It was DC at its high. It was a cool thing to see, but I don't think a kid needs to see that at 15 and a half. Crazy.
That's when Renaud, he went nuts too.
Danny.
Yeah, but I didn't really hang out with Renaud or ever really meet him. He probably would have destroyed me.
Yeah, I mean, he came in swinging, but he's cleaned up now and he's all good and doing healthy, so it's like rad to see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's wearing sandals the other day. I just saw him.
You saw him wearing
I
sandals?
saw Danny Renaud wearing rainbow sandals.
Wait, where did you see him?
In Miami.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I was with Stefan in Newport.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
cool. Yeah, and Mineholes and all those guys, all the Florida crew.
Love that crew.
Yeah,
Dude,
definitely.
Renaud's part in Mosaic is fucking incredible.
Oh, my God.
It's the best.
Yep.
Yeah. I watched that the other day.
I always wonder if like I was so biased to like end up on that team and just being like, oh, that's exactly it. I don't know. Renaud's part, Danny's part, Stefan's part, all of them. Tim,
so good.
Yeah. Some of the best skating. I don't know.
Were you gunning for that team when you were that young, or did it kind of fall into your?
I think so, yeah, because Danny was in the neighborhood, and that's when at 14, that's when I moved to Brea, and it was him, James Craig, Ronnie Kreger, and also when I was a kid, I lived in La Habra as well, and Jeremy Ray lived right down the street from me, so I'd always go like skate by his house and see them like skating in the mini ramp in the backyard and poke their head in the fence, doing the whole thing, but just little kid shit.
Yeah,
Never
for sure.
But I think I don't know why I didn't do the blind thing. I don't know what stopped me. I
just
no
about
clue.
to say,
I don't know.
Ronnie Krieger, James Craig.
Like to choose?
Yeah, blind.
Oh, got you. I thought you meant between the two.
No.
That would be a hard decision, especially at that point in time.
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
Could have been.
It would have leaned. It would have leaned more towards that.
Right.
Because Aaron Brown, who's the Globe team manager, he was filming everybody that time. Danny, Kreger, all the blind guys and Habitat guys too. I don't know. I think I like Danny's style more. It just made more sense to me. There wasn't any reason for it. I wasn't educated enough.
Right.
At 15, you don't know anything. I was like, oh, that just looks better.
Yes.
Or I align with that.
So you're on the Habitat. You see a lot of things that you probably shouldn't have seen. You come back to the States. You finish school, right?
Yep.
Get your
senior year.
Senior year.
Yeah.
You got your high school diploma.
I did.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of skaters don't do that.
You got yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got yours?
Yep.
You already know I got mine, dude.
Okay.
Damn.
That's good.
We all did. Congratulations.
So, look at us.
And just trying to figure it out. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got on. Jesus Christ.
Inhabitants. He has part
Yeah,
in
you
that.
started. So you were filming for the video, right?
That's why we were in Spain.
And then do you get on the team officially when that video came out?
I believe so.
Gotcha.
I think that's what happened.
Right.
Yeah, they're just like, you're in the video. Your part's somewhere in it. You're not going to have like a significant role in this. You're just going to exist in this, and this is how we're going to introduce you into the brand.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
Sick.
I was doing a lot. It's really interesting. Joe was telling me about it the other day. This could have been a year ago. I don't know. Time's fucking weird. But
We say that, I do that.
he was doing the Habitat field log. Do you remember?
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Habitat Field Log was the first of the online sites that you would go to get a weekly update of new footage of people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was kind of going around the same time as like maybe the Barracks, but I think it was before that. And Joe kind of I'm not going to say invented that, but that didn't exist before then. And that was basically while the whole Spain thing was happening too, he was plugging me in the field log stuff. Okay. And then that's how I was kind of introduced into it as well.
Yeah. Wow.
But then, Inhabitants, that was on DVD. That wasn't a VHS.
Yeah, that was definitely DVD. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good video.
Yeah. I like that one.
Did they start paying you?
Maybe. I think so.
Them being out there, were you taking trips out there to their
Ohio?
HQ? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been out there a few times. We try to go annually.
Gotcha.
We still try to do that.
Okay.
Even though, just back on. But we were doing that quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Random question. I were talking to Wenning about this, and he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, we don't get photo incentive at Alien." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Because like every company you hear about, they have like photo incentive for whatever. And I was like, "Is that true?" I don't know. That's a weirdly weird question, but I always thought that was interesting. Because Wenning's like, "No, we're on Alien and Habitat. We're,
right.
Like,
yeah.
We're good." And I was like,
I think that period of time, those guys, especially Wenning and all those guys, that was when there was less, real estate on that wall and or more real estate, whatever. They were able to support those brands. Those guys were getting paid so fucking well. Yeah. And at that time, whatever, you guys were on the coolest brands as well. But Alien and Habitat was one of those, and he. Yeah. I don't think you were worried about any of that.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
But it clearly wasn't enough because he quit at some point. Tried for Plan B for money. And then
True.
That was different.
Yeah.
That was why he quit.
It was lingering.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah.
That's amazing though. Actually, so you have a big gap here, but like you came back onto Habitat as of recently, correct?
Yeah.
How did
this is a big. Which way should we do
lead
this?
Well, I want to know if you could say like why the move to Weekend.
Well, after Habitat, I went to 3D. That wasn't the order. I went to 3D.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 3D was short-lived as well. I mean, Alex Olson was going to get on 3D also, and didn't.
Well,
kind of at the last moment.
There was another Habitat video after that, Inhabitants as well.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the
Origin.
name. Origin, yeah.
Yes, Origin.
Yeah.
Origin.
Then there was Origin, and then I would have been 19. Then there was Habitat Shoes that would have been happening around that time.
Did you skate for Habitat Shoes? You did. You did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What was
Which
your
is
thought?
always a weird one. It's always a weird one when a skate company has the same name as a shoe company and they try to do this whole shoe thing.
Same thing. I mean,
yeah.
Look, Huff did it too. Diamond tried to do it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the best idea, but
Right.
that's just. I mean, I know, but on Diamond's behalf, that shit was not a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how Huff. It seemed Huff was a little bit more seamless. It seemed that it worked a little bit better.
Yeah.
But any board company trying to make shoes, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Element tried doing that too.
Element
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go too long.
I think you got to try that stuff. And I think because Deerdeck owned it as well at that time, and he was
a powerhouse.
He was a powerhouse, and he was willing to fund it as well.
Oh,
Because he
wow.
wanted to fund whatever Joe wanted to do. He always believed in whatever Joe wanted to do, as most people would. You're like, he's an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
great. He's
very
great.
talented man, so let's, see what he can do. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody agreed to it. And that, would have been Origin, then Habitat Shoes, and then, I don't know, maybe a couple years after that, we were at Tampa, and Staba came up to me. I didn't really know him. He probably came up, I didn't know him too well at that time. I'd know Brian a bit better than Staba.
Okay.
But Staba basically approached me about 3D. Not even Brian. They were both there, but I think Brian was kind of like, I don't know. You know Brian.
I love
He's
Brian.
just like a little shy.
Yeah.
He's a little shy, and he does it his own
He
way.
probably
He's approaches you like a
hey,
little cat.
go
and
ask.
thing. Yeah. So, and he was doing whippets too. Stable was doing whippets.
I was about to say, that was Brad's approach.
Yeah, we were in Tampa.
Oh,
He's
that's
doing
amazing.
whippets on in this fucking alley, and I was like, I've never done them, so I'll try it.
Okay.
I hit the whippet. Everything started flaring up for about 30 seconds,
you were
I
on-
think I just said yes.
You were on 3D. Yeah.
And then it echoed for another 30 seconds, and then that was it. And then I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
What did I do?
And then there was a lot to it. And then I don't know.
This was 5 years into being on Habitat, right?
Yes.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I really need to look at account. I don't know how to.
Well, yeah. It's
A lot's happened.
Yeah. So
I think the shoes at that point, doing Habitat shoes, and the boards, it was getting confusing for me because then we were going on more Habitat shoe trips because that was a newer whatever segment of the brand or part of the brand that they wanted to push. So everything was going there, and we weren't traveling with all the other guys. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel like the, like Habitat.
Because
like
everyone that was on Habitat shoes was on the boards as well, right?
Yeah, Guru, Marius, De La, Danny, myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there weren't some riders that weren't on the shoes too, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Stefan was on.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So
That was
or Nike.
before Nike, right?
Yeah.
Might have been before
Xavier
Nike.
or something.
So,
That was a good moment right there. Yeah.
what if he was on Xavier just before Nike?
I think he was. No, he was on Etnies.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm
Etnies.
saying.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that,
He
and then
was.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of felt like sectioned off, maybe. Like you're just doing this thing with these guys, but you're not on this team. Maybe you're on both teams, but you're just. I can see the weird situation.
Yeah. Especially with traveling, because that's when the stuff happens. Like that sort of camaraderie that we all need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
To feel like a team and actually like start working on projects, and I don't know, that stuff's so important.
It is.
And I didn't feel that was the first time not feeling I don't know if it wasn't challenged or something. I just it didn't feel exciting to me, like what was happening. I needed something else.
Right.
And then what Brian was doing, I don't know. Brian's was also another one of my favorites as well. And it didn't really take too much. I mean, it took Whip It.
A whip it. One whip it.
Like I
and
left
we're-
a fucking salary. I mean, he offered me really good money as
Okay,
well, which
okay.
we will not discuss.
Not surf
whisper
butter.
Business is weird.
Whisper
Business is
it
weird.
in.
Oh, the amount? Definitely not. But yeah, I believed in their idea, and I had spoken to Joe, and he was really bummed out about it. And everybody was really bummed out about it. I was even having a hard time dealing with it. And I don't know if I rode for a shoe company at that time after that. Because if I quit that, I would have quit the shoes as well.
Or did you stay on the shoes? No?
That'd have been awkward almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I quit the shoes.
What
for
did you were
somebody
flow
else.
for S, right?
I was on S too.
Yeah, that's where I met you.
Yeah.
You were like flow for S, and then were you on the
That was when Raymond was on the team.
Yeah.
So 15 to 20. I was 15 to 20. I don't know what the 15 years ago.
Flow for S, okay.
S and then that and then Habitat.
So 3D.
This is real confusing for the listener.
It's not really. I mean, we're on a pretty good track.
We're really
right
unpacking
here.
it though.
Yeah.
And I haven't
yeah.
unpacked it, and I kind of that's why I was scared to do this thing. So I was like, "Fuck, what's gonna happen?"
It's happening.
Yeah.
Am I back on somebody I don't fucking know? Too like you forget these things.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was on S and then Habitat shoes, and then I think I quit. Joe told me to quit, and Deerdick as well, because they couldn't afford the salary that people were offering at that point outside of Habitat shoes.
Okay.
And that was when like Street League, I had just gotten into Street League as well, and things started to shift in my career. It was like, oh, you're a pro athlete person because you're in this Street League, and then they start paying you that way, and you start having to do shit their way and
Show up at this time.
maybe not their way. Yeah, no, it's not even that
Yeah,
bad, but it
no.
was things changed, and
I hear you. Yeah.
yeah, he was basically like, you should leave. Joe was telling me to leave.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Go.
And then 3D was short-lived as well. And
That
then,
was it was such a shame.
yeah.
Yeah, Alex
Well, 'cause
saw
Brian-
the graphics, and he was like, absolutely not.
Well, he thought it was going to go a different way, I guess. And
He thought it was going to go his way, and Brian thought
Right.
it was going to go his way.
Yeah.
And I was just some kid that believed in Brian or Alex or whatever was going on. I was just like, oh, I like what. It was more Brian's thing. Alex was also going to hop on like whatever Brian was doing. That was kind of the agreement. And we met up a bunch of times, and probably haven't seen him since.
Oh shit,
Alex? No, I've probably seen him. Yeah, maybe twice. I don't fucking know.
Alex is.
I've seen him in
great,
the
yeah.
water. I've seen him
Oh,
surfing.
in the water.
Yeah.
Doing floaters.
Doing floaters and
Yeah.
shit.
Getting to
But
it. But it's a shame though because Brian Anderson he had quit Girl
he quit
to
Girl.
go
That must have
and
stung.
do the 3D thing.
That
too.
really fucked him up.
And Alex.
And Alex too.
And
Alex
Alex.
left as well.
Yeah.
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 That's a crazy one.
But good timing for them. You know, they were able to kind of spread their wings and do their own thing. You know,
Yeah.
and look where both of them are now. You know, they're both happy doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Bianca Shandon seems like it's doing great. You know, and
Yeah.
Doing cool stuff.
yeah, they're doing a lot of cool shit.
Brian's on Anti-Hero. It's
I
fucking
know.
amazing.
That
There you
whole
go.
out thing,
That
the whole
too.
situation's fucking insane too. Because he started the brand. We had the first ads. It all looked cool. Stabo's a big part of it. Alex maybe wasn't into it, so he didn't do it. Completely fine. And then we had Ben Cadeau was on the team. He was Brian's boyfriend at the time. His sous chef or prep guy.
Oh, okay.
So Ben Cadeau was his prep guy. And he's just like, oh,
Gotcha.
I think he skates. And then he's actually, obviously, he's really good.
Oh, wow.
Blah, blah, blah. And him being from New York and Brian having an association with him, we were just like, okay, that he makes sense. And I don't think he'd even ridden for anybody at that point. That was like his introduction was just like straight to Brian Anderson doing a company with Brian Anderson.
Sure.
So it must have been really fucking cool. And for me, it was the same thing. And I think Ben's a bit younger, but I still had that same feeling. And then I was living in New York at the time, and I tore, not at that, it wasn't a specific moment, but both my meniscus were torn.
Oh, my gosh.
So I had to go in my insurance, which I'm currently dealing with. I don't have insurance in New York. I have it here in LA
Oh, shit.
or in
Oh.
California. So I moved back from New York to get double knee surgery.
You got knee surgery at the same exact time.
Yeah, on both knees.
Wow.
Yeah, both of them like that. Yeah, just locked up. Couldn't walk for 2.5, 3 months. Had to relearn how to walk.
Was there an
I was
option?
crying.
What?
Cried when I was
Was
walking,
it-
like when I got back up. I didn't think I was going to be able to do shit. And that's a pretty minor thing, but they repaired my meniscus. A lot of people cut it
Okay.
and carry on, and you're good in a couple months. But they actually had to put sutures in it and sewed it up. So
Both of them?
both of them, yeah. And this is when 3D had just started, like maybe 6 months afterwards. So there wasn't much momentum at that time. And to leave that all on Brian would have been a lot of pressure.
Damn.
And for Ben, it was like, who the fuck is on the team? You know, like he didn't have a sense of team or home.
Little
So it was
bit,
just like,
right,
he's in New
right.
York and he's skating with all these kids. Of course, he's going to carry on to do what he's doing now.
Right. But they didn't give you an option to do the knee surgeries at different times, or did they?
It was a mirrored tear, which is weird because I don't know what it is. I often think, because like I always, as a kid, I wanted to skate the same way, be ambidextrous as much as I could. It could have been just seeing like Stefan or somebody or Danny or those guys skating. I tried to mirror it the same way, and I ended up getting a mirrored tear.
But on one trick, on one.
I think it was just wear and tear over
Oh,
time.
okay.
Yeah, it wasn't one specific thing.
Yeah.
But was just skating a lot, and I think the street league thing was, like, I think it was the actual impact section that actually started fucking me up. My knees, yeah, like I just wasn't ready for that.
Huh.
Or built for that shit.
Sure,
and
sure,
actually,
sure.
like, wanting to do well and being self-competitive. Not competitive in the actual, in street league, but, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up destroying my knees.
Wow.
And then there was a glimmer of hope, and then I re-tore my knee again doing a tray flip 9 months after the first surgery.
Oh,
So I had to go back into surgery.
dude.
3D ends, and then I'm kind of left with like, I just want to learn how to skate again. Maybe I could do this again. And I started feeling all right, and then Weekend came about.
Okay.
And Grant was doing Weekend. I was buddies with all of them and still am
Yeah.
with most of them. And yeah, the main thing was just can we film every day? Can we skate? Do I have a crew to skate with? I want to be with people. I want to skate again and understand it because I lost it for so fucking long.
Interesting.
That destroys you.
Yeah.
It fucks you up.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it really does.
Especially when it's not on your own accord. It's
Yeah.
like this thing that's happening, you know.
Totally.
Yeah, and I would have been on Huff at that point because I was supported during that whole entire time
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
as well.
Okay.
And very grateful for that, but just feeling that way and getting paid and not doing stuff, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like
Sure,
you're fucking
sure.
stealing, and you want to, I don't
I
know,
want to be doing it.
you want to be doing it.
So now Weekend comes in the picture, which is great. I mean, you know, all those guys over there are,
best.
yeah, they're so good. And
Yeah,
I love
sure.
the skits that they do, and they're very, you know, I like all that stuff. You know, it's very, it reminds me of like Old Girl in Chocolate, you know, with like this is skateboarding. Let's just have fun, you know?
Yeah.
And that kind of vibe and stuff. So, and you were skating with them all the time, right? Mm-hmm. So you,
I was living with Grant, he was living with me. He was living at my house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it kind of all fell into place pretty seamlessly. And
you
actually a few other guys were living at the house as well. I think Johan was living at the house.
Okay.
Raymond was living at the house.
Raymond?
Yeah, I had a lot of people living
Shout
at
out
the house.
Raymond Mullen.
Oh, wow, yeah.
We love
that
Raymond.
guy, bro.
Yeah.
When the Habitat, when the weekend thing was coming into the picture, you weren't, at the time you didn't think about maybe to try to get back on Habitat? Or did that cross your mind at all? Or were you just kind of, I maybe can't go back there?
Yeah, maybe it was more of that. Like, I can't go back there.
Right.
Not for, maybe just because they wouldn't accept it or whatever. Like, maybe there was some.
Or like, here, now I'm coming back with like, trying to get back on, and I'd left, and
I don't know.
Thing.
Yeah, maybe I was just on this path of just like, I'm going to try some other shit for a little bit.
Right.
And especially after that, after the injury, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I had Huff, which, was great.
Yeah.
But I wanted a board company growing up, that you need that is the foundation.
Exactly.
And and Grant, he just said he was willing to film every day and work on projects and work the way that I work, and I could skate with the team whenever I wanted. And I was already skating with most of the guys, and I don't know how long I was on them for. Maybe
4 or 5 years, I think. 4 years, maybe.
Definitely. Yeah, might have been months. Might have been 4 or 5 months. No, I wasn't on weekend for too long. Maybe a year.
Oh, really?
And a half, 2 years, maybe.
Okay. Oh, and after you got off weekend, you had a kind of a hiatus from a board company then?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Got you.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a crazy story. But I was on a weekend trip, and it was like a ramp tour.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Ramp tour.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. Camping. Everybody's having a good time. Everything. Yeah. The team was expanding. It was getting bigger, and it was a lot of people that I didn't really know. And I felt like maybe I was getting aged out in a way, or I'd go on trips and I'd film certain things with Grant, and then I'd hear rumors from part of the team, some of the guys saying, and I don't know who it was, but they would just be like, oh, what are you going to go film him do some fucking trick like this? And I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's a weird feeling where I was just like, I don't want to feel that. Like, and if we weren't skating, we were friends. But it was like this weird drama of like spots and like me being whoever I was.
Favoritism.
Like, something like that. Whatever it was. And I was like, I don't want to fucking feel this shit. Like, I like you guys. I'll just move on.
Okay.
And I was already I was on that trip, and in my head I was like, fuck, man, I don't know if I could do this anymore. Like, I love these guys. I love Grant. I'm not being challenged in the way that I want to be challenged, and I don't want to feel like I'm being put on this weird pedestal and the rest of the team feels that way, where it's like we're all friends. It just felt weird for that moment of time. And I was on that trip, and Dill called me out of the blue, and I was pacing around. I like got out of the van, and I was pacing around in this field. We were at this schoolyard, and he's basically like, I want to start a new company with you, Jake Anderson, and Louis Lopez.
Okay.
It's going to be out of FA. I don't want you riding weekend boards anymore. And I was like,
you're like, I'm on a field right
now
with these guys.
I can't leave. Can you get my flight? No. But he said that, and that obviously was pretty exciting. And I'd spent a lot of time with Dill growing up, because I was filming with Strobeck a lot. That was also a period of time that we kind of missed, but I was on Quicksilver for a couple of years, and Bill was the filmer for that whole period of time. And I was in New York a lot. I'd see Dill, I'd see Brian, I'd see all these guys that I ended up, starting companies with or becoming good friends with. And so when Dill called me, it was kind of like, oh, here's another thing maybe I should try. I didn't really know like what it would be. It was just exciting.
Well, at the time too, I mean, FA, hockey, I mean, these guys.
Yeah, and that was like a couple years in.
They're killing it.
It was working.
Right.
I mean, it still is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely fucking working. Definitely fucking working.
Yeah.
But that's exciting though, right? Hey, here's this new opportunity. You want to start something new and everything.
And it was Yeah, I talked to Dill like I would a friend. It's not like, here's a fucking offer. He's like, believe me.
Right.
Blah, blah, this whole thing. So I start writing FA boards for a little bit, and it was clear, like, maybe their team had turned into this thing where I was like, okay, it's going to be this thing, and hockey's going to be this thing. So clearly, whatever Louie's doing or whatever I'm doing or Jake's doing is different. So it has to be a different company, and that's what Dill wanted to do. And that went on for about 4 months, and he called me or texted me. He was just like, hey, man, I'm so fucking busy. I'm so sorry. Like, I cannot take this on. And fair enough, like, I could imagine running a company like that.
Right.
That's fucking exploding and the team's expanding. And, yeah, I was pretty fucking bummed at that point. And he knows that. And I went into the warehouse, and the guys were used to me picking up boards. And like, what's going on? I was like, I don't think I'm going to be doing this anymore. It was just a weird feeling.
Got you.
And I said a few things, and Dill was like, what the fuck, man? What'd you say? And I was like, no, man. And I actually saw him couple months ago, and I like clarified with him. I was like, I was just mad at the situation.
Yeah.
I love you. You've been there for me, like, for most of my career. You've always supported me. Blah blah blah. We got through that shit, and then there was nothing. There were no offers, and then I was getting weird offers from people after that. After Dale had told me that he wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah, but why was there no conversation like, hey, why don't you ride for FA or hockey or anything like that?
I think it was kind of what I was saying. It was just clear that whatever I was doing or the way that
something different.
Yeah, it would have to look different, and that to be a thing. Like me plugging into FA may not be the thing.
Okay.
Or whatever it was, or Louis did it. You know.
Yeah.
Took, you know, a few guys that, like Elijah riding for FA, like that kind of. He changed. He shifted into that look.
Yeah.
Or he did his. You know, he's doing his thing. If that's what we're gonna call it. I think it's pretty clear.
Yes.
He's influenced. He's heavily influenced. But yeah, Louis was able to do it really well, and he's clearly the most productive fucking guy out there.
He's amazing
on every brand that he rides for. So yeah, it didn't really make sense, and that was
I remember hearing the rumblings of all this.
Yeah.
You know, or like, oh shit, this is gonna happen, and these guys, you know, like.
Yeah, there were rumors going around that there was gonna be like the brand was gonna be called Ceremony or something like that.
I didn't hear that,
or
but.
Graveyard. Wait, so I don't fucking know what it is.
Graveyard.
It was something really morbid, and I think it was just some rumors going around on the fucking internet.
Dessert.
Yeah. Dessert. It's coming out.
FA hockey
75
and
grand.
dessert.
That makes so much sense.
Dill was like, "Who was that guy you're gonna buy the name from?"
Yeah,
I need to get a hold of him. Dessert.
Well, didn't I heard that Jake Anderson left Skate Mental
to do that.
Yeah,
Dill. Yeah, he. And I walked away from. Weekend. I was also getting a good salary there at that point. And that was also another thing. I was like, fucking back away from give this shit to other people that, have a longer future ahead of them, and, they deserve it. And, just walked away from that. Jake walked away from his whole Skate Mental deal, and then that just
didn't work out.
Yeah, and whatever. Like, now having a fucking company, you realize what goes into it. Starting something from scratch would take, years for him to do that, and Dill's already got a lot of stuff on his plate, and we got through that.
Sure.
But after that, I just started making my own boards. And here's the weird thing: my I think it was when there was still dial-up internet, but my mom was on a dating website. It could have been Plenty of Fish. I don't fucking know what it was.
Okay.
Just so crazy, but it was definitely a dial-up because it was a tower computer. Blah, 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 whatever the fuck it was. She was hitting the dating apps, too, then. And my, who ended up being my stepdad was the CEO of PS Sticks. So he was making the shapes. Wow. He was making the boards. He made all the presses. He did everything.
Wow.
Professor Schmidt, huh?
Just under him.
Okay.
It's not my stepdad. It's not. But... Yeah.
What a small world.
Such a small world. Yeah. So she
Christ.
ended up marrying Reggie, who was who was running PS Sticks. Okay. Everything on the back end, why it worked.
Amazing.
And he was making Habitat boards before, I rode for Habitat, everything. Crazy. So it just turned into this,
And so you were making your own boards,
sorry. So after all that had happened, he was just like, "Hey, do you want to?" I was still getting boards. Like I still had so many fucking FA boards and hockey boards left. I was like, "Oh, I'll just skate these until I'm done." And then I was like, I just want to ride stuff that I like. So I started contacting photographers that I liked and started using their images on some of the boards.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, like my friend Imogen, I used a couple of her images. I started talking to Sandy Kim for a second. We were going to do a whole thing. And then I kind of it was just too much shit. I was just like, I don't want to do another thing. My hand's already like tied. Like I've got so much shit going on.
Yeah.
And trying to do another brand that I didn't want to, all I wanted to do was skateboards where I liked the way that the graphics looks. I already had I still ride the same shape. I've been riding it for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
But.
What size is it?
825.
825.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have like a big nose, huh? You have like a big shovel nose. Well,
yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean.
No, they've kind of shifted over the years. I don't know what happened.
Oh, so you
Schmidt's doing some weird on the press.
Okay.
Those things are getting flat.
They're getting flat.
Yeah. We got to fix that
They
shit.
used to have so much concave.
Insane.
It was crazy.
I used to actually love
All
them.
skateboards had. I think they're still using the same presses.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of these places are. Yeah, they need to update.
There was a
Just in
period of
time,
time
yeah.
where I would actually they had these big chocolate stickers like that would cover a whole board, and I would get alien boards, mainly alien boards because it was so
Super steep.
it was so steep, so much concave.
Yeah.
And I would put the chocolate sticker on there. I just loved them.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Those are not there anymore.
No.
Yeah, those don't exist. But either way, I was riding those boards for a bit, and I was thinking of starting something. And I talked to Reynolds for a while. That was a weird moment too, because Reynolds was like, and Greco was same thing. They were both contacting me. They're like, whatever you want to do, we'll put it here.
Wow.
Wow.
And that was a weird feeling, like hearing that from Reynolds.
Yeah.
The boss.
And talking to him for hours and nerding out on skateboarding. He knows way more than I do, and still loves it.
Yep.
And I couldn't imagine how he has time for that shit.
It's
But
great.
whatever. He wanted to put it under Baker Boys, and then I was talking to Greco about he wanted to do something, and then Rowley wanted to do his thing, and it was, I don't know.
It's a lot of options.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense, and it was options that didn't really exist. Though
Right.
It wasn't like
It's all talk.
Yeah.
it was all talk, and it was just like I'd already been a whore this whole time, like ridden for every truck company, a bunch of board companies. You know, it was just weird. I was just like, I don't really need this shit. It's just a skateboard. It costs fucking $15.
Right.
Like, I don't mind. I'll just make them.
Okay.
And then my stepdad, I had that connection, so it was free.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll just make boards with graphics that I like, and I did that for about 2 years, and then,
Did the conversations with Reynolds and did it just kind of like fizzle out, or did you? Because that seems like a great opportunity.
For sure.
I had a
Also-
whole plan.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of those plans have been taken. And I don't think I don't think that my ideas were original. I presented these plans to certain people, and those plans are now in those brands. Where I was like, oh, that's weird.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
It's a weird one. Yeah, I had this whole plan to work with. I wanted to work with just photographers, and I wanted it just to be image based. I didn't
Right.
want it to be graphic heavy. I didn't want it to be a fucking square in the middle of the board. All the shit that's going on. I was just like, I just want it to be, just an image that you could use on a broader scale outside of skateboarding, which is already, that's happening fucking everywhere. So it's like, I was just thinking a little bit bigger, not too big, just working with people and these things, and then, yeah. And then it just started happening, and I was like, and it wasn't even just them, it was just that there's so many skate brands that, like, of course something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. With those ideas.
Yeah, and it
right.
wasn't even just them in particular or any of that shit. It was just once I started seeing all of the graphics on skateboards, I was just like, I don't want to do this. It's too exhausting. Like, I don't know if I really care enough.
Yeah.
I don't think I care enough. Like, I care about the shape. And if nobody's offering anything, I'll just put these images on the board, and I'm fucking happy, and this is great.
Sure.
Yeah.
And people will be asking, what are you riding? And I'll never sell them. that was basically the idea. Is like, I don't want to even sell these fucking things. Just because that's what everybody's trying to do. They're trying
right.
And yeah, it's not.
Super discouraging.
Yeah, it was extremely discouraging. So, so it was just easy to just not do it. And they were already free. So.
Sure.
That's why sometimes you can't be telling people shit. Straight up. Like you had if your idea, you gotta just fucking go with your idea. I need to get Stevie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, didn't he want like some sort of board or what was he talking about?
For when he was on.
No, Stevie Williams, when he was talking about you need somebody to represent you. He wanted to start this whole alliance of people that represent skateboarders in this way.
Right. Right. He was talking about it on our show.
Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about it on the show. That was the one I was telling you I watched. I was like, fuck, this guy's great. He's the best. Love
great.
Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need somebody like that.
Right. Or no. Before you talk to somebody, have it already be ready to go and then be like, bro, what the... So no one else could do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it might happen eventually, but you could be the
first. They do that with
to
everything outside of skateboarding, and I was so used to just talking it because I know these people. So whatever. Yeah. But whatever. It's a fucking graphic. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then
you were just riding these boards.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Were you talking to other companies about not only starting your own thing but getting on something?
Yeah, I talked to Toy Machine as well, putting something, doing the brand over there, and they're like, "Do you want to ride for Toy Machine?" I was like, "I want to try something new again."
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to evolve.
For sure.
Like I don't like being like complacent.
I feel that.
You know, and that's a good feeling too. Like that comfort's nice, but I don't know. Like where I'm at right now is because of all of those fucking choices.
Yeah.
And somebody seeing like, oh, you've learned all these things. You've tried all these things. Now you know these things. And you could still, I don't know.
I get you, for sure.
But it would have been nice I should have just stayed at Habitat the whole fucking time. And that's what Silas has been saying, Stefan. They always give me shit. And Joe as well.
But you gotta admire the trying stuff, because you have to step outside sometimes and not be complacent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you came back full circle.
That's an interesting thing too. Was when you came back full circle on Habitat, was that a conversation? Did you approach them? Did they approach you? A lot of
conversations.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. A lot of conversations because I was just like, I don't need like what. The platform's cool, but we all have a fucking platform. I could see that clearly.
Right.
You could do it on your own. Everybody's doing it on their own. It's like, would I be a burden to you guys? If anything, would you be giving me boards when you could be giving it to some other kid that's younger? Could you be investing in somebody else or, all that stuff? We thought about everything, and I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, you guys already did. Like, I owe everything to those guys, and Brennan and Joe, and hopefully all the people I mentioned earlier. But yeah, and I even went on a trip too on the East Coast, kind of the same thing, like back to Ohio. Let's get the band back together.
Okay.
And it felt great. Yeah, and it was with Stefan and Brian Del Torre and a few of the other guys. And I was still not. I was like, I don't know if I need to do this anymore. I don't know. I was questioning if I was going to skate anymore.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's the end of it. Like you got to the point where you're putting photos on your board that you like, and that's it. And it doesn't have a name attached to it, and you're not selling it. You're just like, and that's fine.
Sure.
You don't need anything else. I was like, I'd already done all of that shit. So what are we going to do here? That's exciting.
Yes.
And Joe was like, this is what we're going to do. And he presented his plans, and it's also like us wanting him to be his best version of himself.
Right.
Like it was more of a concern as a friendship. It's just like, I don't want you to think of this as like another guy's back on your team and a pro and the band's back. It's like, how do you feel about this? And are you going to be creative? And is this going to get you excited? And I don't know.
Yeah,
you start to think about this shit because you know these people for so long and they're your friends. You're like, you consider all of that. You're not just thinking about a fucking check or something, and it's still not that at all.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Even if that didn't exist, you'd still consider all of those things.
That company's been around for like 22 years or something.
Yeah.
So it's where it started in 2000.
Yep.
When
2000.
Alien Video
99,
came out.
2000.
Wow.
They were probably filming in 99 and then
Dude,
That
shout
time.
out Joe. I mean, I've never met the dude. I've always wanted to meet Joe,
He's
but
an elusive character. Yeah, you will not meet him.
We will not meet him.
You will not. Yeah.
We've been
He's a
saying we
genius.
should get him on the show.
Yeah.
you know?
Not gonna happen.
No,
Really? You don't
Maybe.
think so?
No.
you got to make a call.
Yeah, make a call, dude. Have a conversation.
yeah.
He's like, it don't matter.
We'll just have conversation.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know?
just have this. It's like this.
Maybe.
That
Don't
dude's-
get me involved. I'm fucking busy.
Don't get you.
I got a bunch of other shit going on.
I trip out in that dude.
But that would be great. People should hear his story.
Yeah.
And,
Well, because
and just-
he has shaped so many skateboarders' lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's you as a professional skater on their team, or just people watching it. Like as
Mm-hmm.
a fan, he has really created so much amazing stuff. So I want to
Yeah.
say thank you to that dude.
Kid from Laguna, shaped his
Didn't
life.
walk. I swear to God,
I know.
dude.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Everywhere.
it made me love skateboarding even more. Seeing that brand and Alien back then, like you're like,
that's kind of like, you're affecting things when you started something and people on the East and West Coast, it hits them the same way.
Sure. Yeah.
That's when you're onto some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were doing that. And that's the same with all the new brands. Like if it's hitting there, then it's working.
There you go.
that's
Right?
that's true.
Doesn't that seem...
No, totally.
1000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of brands that like, we don't fuck with it on the East Coast. Like,
Yeah.
there is a lot
Same
of that.
with music. Same with all that stuff.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. But if a brand hits both sides, you're doing it right.
No doubt.
And I don't think anybody will ever, like, Mosaic was the last of those videos. Or first and last. Kind of like that won't exist.
Right.
Unless he does it, which...
Yeah,
time to
good
get to
call.
work. We got to start doing that. I would love to do that again, something like that, like a full-length video.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Whether
That's
it's the worst idea nowadays. But
No, I
it's-
don't think
it's
it
so,
is.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun
it is.
filming,
But
like
that's-
going on trips with everybody. It's the best.
It's what
For
the
sure.
team is, you know? It's like we grew up in that.
I missed that.
I know.
It's still the same team too.
Right. Right.
The only people that are off are Renaud and Wenning, right?
Yeah.
Guru.
It's Steve.
Guru.
Steve's not on there anymore, right? Drainey?
I don't think he is.
No.
No.
Shout
I
out
miss
Steve
that
Drainey.
dude.
Yeah.
Guru, bro.
Guru's. That dude
Bruh,
was incredible.
gnarly, bro.
Is he? What happened to him?
I think he does a soap company called Dope Soap.
Dope.
Dope soap.
Dope Soap.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's soap business.
That's the last I heard. This was 10 years ago.
Okay.
I hope that's still happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dope soap.
Yeah, was doing that.
Such a solid dude. He's such a good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on
Sweetheart.
DVS, right?
Yeah, I went on some
Yeah.
trips with him.
He did some gnarly shit,
He
dude.
did. Very talented.
Easy to travel with too.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is like those guys are the best to travel with. You realize that when you make your rounds, you're like, fuck, who do you really want to be in a van with? Who do you want to work with and do this stuff? And that stuff's so important. It's so easy to
Totally.
plug into shit and be like, oh, it kind of makes sense and it looks like all right if
Right.
we put them in the same video, but you're like, nah, I don't think that's
We see it happen with a lot of companies.
Yeah.
They'll just plug somebody in and you're just like,
Is that a good fit?
I don't know.
Does
That
Tim?
was-
Does Tim still have a board?
I have no clue.
Like I feel like he might, like in honor of.
I
being,
don't think so.
I don't think he does either. But
He
like,
should, I don't know.
I mean,
Once in a while, maybe.
Guest board?
yeah, I feel like for some reason.
This is why you got to get Joe on. I don't
Yeah,
have these fucking
we gotta ask her,
answers.
yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I did. I wish he had one.
Yeah.
I'd ride it.
Tim's
I think,
a funny
I think, a
ass
lot, of, I
dude.
think a lot of people
Yeah.
would ride that thing.
Tim O'Connor, yeah.
Man.
Mm.
Best
Have you
guy.
had him on here?
No.
Okay.
We got to have him on.
Dangerous.
Yeah. But I love that.
Hot on
I
the
love
mic.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
It's
he's
good.
next
No, it's
level,
good.
bro.
No,
I
for
love
sure.
that shit.
For sure.
You know what's crazy? When I was at the Olympics, he was there commentating
Yeah.
the whole Olympics, but like he was doing like the ceremony, like the gold and all that shit, and like I was listening, like who is this announcer? It's incredible. And I was like, it was fucking Tim.
Yeah.
And it was like he was doing it for like the BMX or something too.
Wow.
I was like, look at Tim O'Connor.
He doesn't turn it on and
It's
off.
like
Yeah.
could turn it on.
Well, he's been
dude.
doing that for a long time, too.
Yeah,
the
totally.
announcing
Yeah.
stuff, so
Yeah.
he's pro.
Yeah.
But like it was interesting to hear his commentating and not be like say some spicy shit real quick. You know
Like
what I'm saying?
Tampa,
Yeah,
Tampa compared to like Olympics.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Right. Things
Yeah.
have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He
he's
wants that- he
still,
wants
he's
that
still
job.
thinking that.
Oh, he still is.
That must be a hard thing is to not say that.
Totally.
Right.
To have that restraint.
For sure.
Because he's not a person that practices restraint.
Yeah.
The filter.
So the people at the border, whatever they're doing, I mean, they're doing a good job.
He's
They
got-
whipped him into shape.
Yeah.
He's got no HEPA filter.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not.
So it felt natural.
Mm-hmm.
Joe had a plan.
Has.
Has.
Yep. It's
Sorry
happening.
about that.
It's happening right now.
And back, baby.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, we did the little commercial.
Yeah.
You see that one?
Which one was this?
Oh, I did see it, but what I can't
Danny
remember.
playing guitar and Stefan, Danny playing guitar. I come in, take the guitar,
Yes.
smash it.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
The smash guitar is the board.
Oh,
It's
that's
like coming
right.
back into like this soft little
Okay.
family or whatever, and it's like I'd been on this. I had just had this idea, like I'd been off on this like journey for so long, and whatever. All these videos of me like throwing my board and doing all this shit, it just kind of made sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like welcome back home.
Smash.
Yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah.
I actually like film. That was a fun one to film.
They're
don't
doing
know.
the reissue stuff right now. I saw that was pretty rad.
Yeah,
That
that
was
stuff's cool.
Yeah, because that was like Mosaic time, right? When all that stuff was coming out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
stuff.
that early Stefan board that
Yep.
they just released. That was cool.
What year did you turn pro?
When I was 19,
Fuck.
12 years ago.
2010.
I guess
I
so.
was
Yeah.
thinking to myself, I turned pro at 19 too, and it
You
definitely
did?
wasn't that long ago. It was way longer than that.
That was a weird feeling, it's like turning pro at that age. That's your whole dream of like doing that. It just felt so different then.
Did you feel like you deserved it at the time? Because some people maybe don't feel that way. You know, when they're good, when that moment has come,
Yeah.
when they're being approached by.
Well, you started skating at 7, so imagine that's like a fucking 12 years.
Yeah.
You know, of trying to do it. Like that's a
Yeah,
long
that's
time.
12 years of trying to do it, but then actually being in the industry and filming stuff and doing stuff.
I guess, yeah, it felt right at that point. I mean, I didn't have a fucking choice or say in it. They chose. It was up to them. But with Origin, that was the part when I was kind of like, my style was developing. My trick selection was different.
Sure.
And doing tricks that people weren't doing. So I think that's maybe when things start to shift, is like when you start doing that stuff.
Yeah, that made sense.
You know?
Yeah, I remember that part.
But I think
really good.
also it's like that's back then. I mean, it happens now too. Is you know, they're turning you pro because people are asking for your board.
Exactly.
You know, skate shops are asking.
Yeah. That was
So,
happening then.
Yeah.
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 It still probably happens now, but more so back then. It was like that was the
Yeah, not
the
a pity party. I'm
determining-
just saying that was just like a weird time where people like that they were calling the shops
Yes.
to do this thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just
Absolutely.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
no,
a lot of I was calling myself
Yeah.
the shops and
I
asking
was-
in different voices. You know,
There's
crap.
there's a podcast how we built this, but there was the have you seen the Lara bars going around?
Yeah.
You seen that?
Uh-huh.
That company, the chick that started that, either it was herself or she hired friends
I think I've heard this story.
call
Yeah.
stores asking for the Lara bar. And that demand, she created this non-existent demand.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
So
For,
much-
for
so much
this
emotion.
brand that did, I don't even know if it really even existed too. I think she was saying that. She's like, there was no way we were going to be able to even
Right.
supply, even if they wanted, one store wanted this thing and then just something happened. So shit like that works.
Yes.
sure.
But
There's
it could
this
also
weird-
backfire
Totally.
because they could order it and it would never sell. They're not ordering it again.
Oh.
Yeah, and they'd be left with the stock.
Right.
I get what you're going with
Because
that.
it's fake
yeah.
want, you know.
Yeah.
You just created this
You're
fake
creating
want.
this fake
Yeah.
fake demand.
Like, where are the people that called for this Lara
Yeah,
bar?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We have them. They're not moving.
But that's a good business plan. That would have
Yeah.
been a better business plan for a lot of the businesses that we've done in this whole journey.
Sure.
Is to start calling around.
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Start,
Right.
letting
Ignite.
people know this thing might be happening.
There you go. There you go.
We were talking to a friend recently about doing that. We actually might do this. It's for a perfume brand. It's a girlfriend of mine, but she was like, "Hey, would you mind on Tuesdays?" We were just chatting up, having like a funny conversation, and we were agreed to all call certain stores on
That's so
Tuesdays
rad.
and
Okay.
record it, record the calls, asking for the brand, and then she wants to use it for a.
You let me know. I'll
That's
call. You know,
Of
if you
course.
Bloomingdale's,
That
Nordstrom's.
could be one of them,
You
yeah.
know, yeah.
That could be.
I'll call. I'll use different
Yeah.
voices too.
Please, yeah. I'll send the info. Over.
What voice you gonna use, Chris?
What's the brand called? Do we? Or can you, Kismet.
Yeah.
Hey, you got the Kismet. You got the Kismet perfume, man. Looking.
That might not
All
work.
right.
What do you
No.
mean? That'd be
No.
great. You don't have the Kismet, bro. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna call Bloomingdale's.
I don't know if it's gonna do as well as
No.
Laura,
Yeah.
Okay.
but
She might.
it's good.
It's just
No,
an
we'll do it.
option.
No,
I'm
no, no,
here
we'll take
if
it.
you want to.
Yeah.
You know.
Habitat.
Yes.
Don't ride for another board company. I don't. Where are we after this? Is that?
I think we're wrapping it up, man.
That's
Thank you for coming, bro.
It's like
it's rad though. I love that you're back. What's so funny?
Oh, he's gonna say a story, but
I know.
Can't say it.
There's certain things you can't say anymore.
You've got some good candid stories.
There's things you can't
Love
say
the
anymore.
stories, man. No, but I think it's a beautiful thing that you can come back and reconnect and also be welcomed with open arms to a company that you left. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen.
It doesn't work in most circumstances.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, this was like, damn, he's back on it. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I think people
like
were
dope.
happy to see that. It
Yeah.
was, yeah, you know,
It was
what I
really
mean?
cool.
There was roots there. You know? Yeah,
exactly.
Was scared of that. Definitely scared of that. That feeling of like going. That's like an ego thing, and you fight that shit.
Sure.
As you get older, you start to learn what it is, and you're like, no, that just these certain things make sense. Don't fight something that makes, especially habitat, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it sounds like you're stoked too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I'm really digging it.
amazing.
Yeah, and it's cool not to have to like call somebody to print boards and pay for boards. That's pretty
true.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're not on flow.
I'm not Flo. Maybe am at best. There was a period of time where Raymond rode for Pop War.
Oh yeah.
It was at their peak.
Mm-hmm.
He had turned pro.
Oh, that's
Habitat had turned him am. He went to Habitat. They turned him am, and then he had to
Work
turn
his way
himself-
back up.
Yeah, to turn him to this other status of pro.
There's not a lot of people that did that.
Nah.
I mean, it happens.
It does
It's
happen.
happened.
It does
It
happen,
happens.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Who else does it
But that's
happen to? I was trying
That's
to
a
think.
weird situation. I don't know who. I don't know off the top of my head, but I know it's happened.
Someone
We'll
that
go back
I
to
just
AM.
was thinking about this not that long ago, but there's someone that was really like that stood out.
Flo is the new pro, though.
I mean,
Flow to pro.
Yeah, you
pretty
skip the
much how
am
things
thing,
work. Yeah.
or you make yourself pro.
Right.
That's the way to do it.
That is
Start
the
your
way
own
to do
company.
it.
Got your own board.
Yeah, give yourself your own title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give
We
yourself
can
your
all
own
do that.
nickname. Give yourself
Not like
a
a fucking
nickname
new
and a
thing.
board.
It's like
Think
making
about
a,
it.
A skateboard's like it's a business card or something. You know, it's not a hard thing to do.
Sure.
There's a minimum. You have to buy whatever 300 business card or whatever the fuck it is.
Is there a
but
minimum anymore on fucking
for the-
skateboards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah,
It's
gotta be.
There would have to be. Yeah.
I don't
Even
know.
if it's 144, that's not
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that's
it's not the
yeah.
gnarliest minimum.
To go that long, like through all these companies and all these people, getting uninspired or being inspired and going through all that and things falling flat, and then somebody just doing it the whole time successfly and enjoying it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's been a long fucking journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking other board companies that I rode for too. Like even as a kid, and shoe companies, like I rode for fucking DC.
DC.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
SDC.
How long was DC?
Nike. Rode for Nike when Nike first started that whole thing with Reese.
Wow.
Yeah, Hunter Mariah was basically sending me shoes.
Wow.
My dad was so bummed when I quit.
Oh, I'm
Flow.
right.
Quit Flow.
Were you getting him shoes too?
Yeah, I was getting, yeah, it was the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool at that point. I mean, it's probably the same as what it, I don't know, it was just something new.
So you were flow for Nike, then went flow to DC.
Yep.
What was the enticing thing there?
I think it was travel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah, Nike was just, they just had those 5 guys on the team with Danny Supa,
Danny Supa.
Richard
Mulder,
Gino,
Reese.
Reese, and Lance. Was Lance?
No,
That was
he came
before
way
Lance.
later.
Yeah, that was after.
Who was the other dude?
Todd
You said Reese
Jordan.
Fuller.
Todd Jordan.
Todd Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the
Shimizu
ads.
was
of,
on
like-
it, too.
Shimizu.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that team was like, I don't know, it was just something new, and I was just like, I don't know if this is going to fucking work out.
Right. Right.
It worked
How's
out.
that for intuition? Don't trust mine. No, that was you could have never seen that shit coming. It was so, because like nobody was accepting that shit until like P-Rod got on the team.
It took
I
some
just did an
time.
interview last week, and I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, it was when P-Rod got on. He put out that part. It was to that like MF Doom song.
Oh, yeah.
All caps, I think.
Oh, and
It
the
was like what
on
was it?
tap video or something
like that. It was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
commercial, and it was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the
Somebody has to get on the team for it to become acceptable, and those guys already had like those. I don't know.
Isn't that funny though? Because you think, I mean, Reese Forbes, Danny Supa, Todd Jordan, Daniel Shamir, like.
But they were really dope.
They were reputable dudes.
They were super, but they weren't like a P-Rod.
I understand that.
Yeah, which
but
is
it's
crazy.
Still like those guys have respect.
Fuck yeah.
And like why.
That was a solid move to start.
Maybe that's not the story too, but it just seemed like that from the outside.
Nah, that sounds about right.
pretty.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about Globe. We'll get the plug going again.
What,
we can't talk about this shit too much. I'll get in trouble.
No.
Contract. I'm not Flow anymore.
Oh, let's get the shoe out.
Yeah,
let's
there
look
it
at this
is.
shoe.
Yeah,
Let's look at this
well,
shoe.
that's a big. Who's that?
That's Rogers, probably.
That's
Roger.
mine. That's mine.
Oh,
I
it's
wear
Chris.
size 14.
I didn't see
Did you
it.
see the way he looked at me? Holy shit!
I haven't seen it in this
I know, huh?
What size is your board?
7.5.
That's the shoe.
Listen,
That is
beautiful
the Dover.
shoe, man.
Yeah.
Now, when you were talking earlier about the Globe thing and getting on Globe and shoe and everything and design,
That's not a pro shoe.
this is not a pro shoe.
No.
It has your name.
That was
right
an
there.
existing shoe that I redesigned.
Okay.
Oh.
The original profile height was probably about this high, and then they had one similar to this height.
Oh.
Brought it down quite a bit.
Why now? I mean, obviously, if it's an existing shoe, you saw something in the shoe that you really liked, and you could transform it into
Yes.
something that you.
They have a few shoes that reminded. I mean, if you look at it, a lot of it reminded me of Huff. So I was just like, oh, this is familiar.
Right.
I understand these silhouettes. I know what you could do with these, and this one took quite a bit of work, though.
Interesting. What? How so?
Well, a lot of people would be scared of the gusset, this thing blowing out. So we had to redesign that too.
Oh.
Put piping here, added a toe bumper here, diamond plated toe bumper, which I kind of grabbed from other shoes that I liked skating and even outside of skating, where I was like, oh, this is going to last a bit longer.
Got you.
It has Wolverine leather. It's not made of Wolverine, but it's more sustainable.
Okay.
Quite a few things where I was like, I'd skated enough shoes while I wasn't sponsored, and over the years where I was like, this is what a shoe like this would need to actually be skatable. And I'd skated slip-ons before, even Gravis ones or Vans, and I was just like, I cannot fucking skate this thing. It flies off your foot, your board hits the top of it. There's also a PU layer underneath this whole like tongue panel.
Oh,
so
interesting.
your board actually hits you. More padding there as
little
well.
protection.
Got you.
So I kind of thought about all of these things where I was like, being able to skate all the shoes, because you don't really get that opportunity. A lot of people, most people just stay on a brand and are comfortable.
Exactly.
And that sounds nice, but I,
you
had tried quite a few shoes out and was able to pull from a lot of things.
It's interesting.
Inside and outside of skateboarding as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. I'm just reading the little hang tag here. It says rubber made with algae,
Yeah.
cleaning marine ecosystems of.
Yeah, they're trying to do a
excess algae
sustainable
growth.
push. That was another thing that I saw when I
Yeah.
was talking to them. I was like,
beautiful.
oh, that would, nobody's really doing that in skating. And I think that's kind of the next push, or at least where the world's going. So we're
love it.
we're going to have to follow, and if Globe could be the first ones to be,
Being cautious of it. For
I-
sure.
yeah, or
love
set
it.
an example.
Totally.
I think that's a good thing for kids to understand and appreciate, and when they're buying a product.
Totally.
That was
For sure, and I think skateboarding can do a better job of
most things. Yeah. Most 100%.
100%.
Yeah, but we're really bad at it.
You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah,
It's
we're
like
really bad at
it's
it.
as simple as like the bag that the skateboard comes in and little things like
Yeah,
this.
that's another thing. Is everything, all the boxes, everything's
It's beautiful. Like we can
All
do
recyclable.
we could do better, and we're starting to see
biodegradable.
it, which
Yeah.
is
Or at
great.
least papers,
We're
yeah.
starting to see it, looks great. So how many you transformed the other shoe into this shoe? How long did it take? Like iterations of it? Like were you getting samples
Probably-
back? Shoe design always interests me.
probably
I've never.
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, four.
What did that take?
samples.
Like 6 months, a year?
6 months, 7 months. Yeah, so I've only been on for 7 months.
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So right when you got in there, got to work.
I was already designing the pro shoe that's coming out at the end of the year before I even signed the contract with them.
So you got this is
This is already done before. This is like I was already ready. I wanted to make sure that they knew that I was ready to work as soon as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like ready. I hadn't been on a shoe company for so long that I was like fucking excited to design again.
Right.
I'm able to like express myself through these things where I'm like, oh, maybe this isn't for fucking everybody, but it's like put it on your foot, skate it.
Right.
Try to go back to laces is kind of fucking hard.
I've never. What's this? 8.5. What size is that?
11.
11. That's close enough. What? 10.
Yeah,
Let me
30.
see.
What do you need?
10.5. You got one?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Just a Muscat cup. Yeah, I don't got anything.
I should be drinking out of that Muscat cup.
Yeah.
I don't think I've never been a slip-on guy. I've always been a
trust me,
lace
give it a try.
guy
Same.
and everything.
Same.
So I want to try one of these on.
Same.
You know, just to see.
See.
Let me go skate after this.
Yeah.
You got a board?
Shit, I left it in my car.
Okay.
You drove here, didn't you?
Yeah, luckily.
It's at home. It's at home.
Oh,
Left it at home.
it's here.
It's just pretty
I
nice.
actually haven't seen it on. I've seen it on the team, but I haven't seen it on.
What do you mean? You haven't seen it on anybody?
I haven't seen it on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get out.
Hey.
I haven't seen it on anybody from the 9 Club.
Let me model this
Yeah.
around, dude.
Yeah, check that out. Check under the hood. Wow.
Look at that.
Look at Kelly.
Pretty good. Kelly, you see this?
It's just like the most Larry David thing
Yeah.
right there. Like
Yeah.
He wanted to see the
his
I did.
look,
He's
the
never
way he
wanted
was
to see it.
walking. Like
Bro,
I've never seen the shoe.
how
Today is the first time I've seen the shoe. I filmed the whole video part, but I was just looking straight. Eye on the prize. Didn't even look down.
How does it-
Designed it like this.
how does it feel to see your shoe for the first
It's
time?
very, very.
Listen, you've
rewarding.
seen the
I like
shoe,
it.
you've seen the shoe, you've seen the team riders wear it, but you've never seen it out in the wild.
It's 6 days old.
Amazing.
it
Yeah.
just came out.
Just hit the market.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. So there's going to be a
This
new
is-
colorway pretty much every season until my pro shoe comes out at
This
the
is
end of the year.
awesome. Every year?
Every year until death. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's in the contract.
It's
That'd
in
be nice.
perpetuity.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Until the end of the year. The pro shoe comes out. Yeah, I think this year
Bro, this
or
is-
spring. The ports are a little backed up, so we'll see.
This is,
about
I
that.
know.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We know
We
about
all-
the
we all know
ports.
about that
yeah,
shit.
the ports.
So
But
true.
this is it's actually a really good looking shoe because like I'm looking down at a shoe. Skateboarding is so important, you know, to see.
Can I ask an honest
fuck with it.
question?
Yeah.
Does that look like a Globe shoe?
Not the typical Globe that we would know before.
Yeah, no.
Then I'm a
No.
happy man.
No.
That's
What about the
That's
Chet
it.
Fours, dude?
That's it.
Chet Fours?
I'm into it too. I actually had those as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have those,
It didn't
but
persuade me.
those are those
later on in
still
life, but now it is. Yeah.
you
Are
still
they-
selling those?
Me? No, not personally. No.
Is Globe still selling those?
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I think
I feel
No.
like that's their shoe, like kind of like a
They- they have those things too. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all separate.
Separate.
Oh, okay.
Separate website. There's the shoes where it's like this is clearly a skate
This
shoe.
is the
Right.
new.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
Globe skateboarding is just the stuff where you're just like, cool.
Globe
It's like
skateboarding.
certain
Right.
brands have like their
Right.
running shit, their blah
Yeah.
blah blah, their other bullshit. Every brand has it.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
it's just like,
fencing.
yeah,
I love
fencing.
it. I love it.
Yeah, so these are the fencing shoes. Yeah. No, I
these
really
are-
loved them. I mean, that it was kind of cool to like. Everything was really planned out. It's like where we were gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
While designing this whole, while designing the shoe, we were filming this last project that came out, the Re-ST1 or Reestablish.
Yep.
So I was wearing samples of that shoe,
Gotcha.
designing in that whole process, and actually like seeing how, if it could like endure filming a video part
Yes.
or being in a different country, and you're like, oh, I only brought 2 of these samples. Hopefully this works. And it's like, yeah, this actually
Amazing.
Sick.
worked out. Yeah, and it was cool to kind of display that because I feel like a lot of people when they film video parts, they're wearing different shoes, they're doing other shit, and I was like, no, I want this to be this one, so that people understand that this actually skates well.
I mean, it's important, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like a nice
I
shoe you
love
can
it.
wear to like kind of dressy
Yeah,
at
you
the
could
same
definitely
time.
dress it up.
The
Yeah.
pro shoe does not look like that.
What
It
can
does
you?
not look like that at all.
Okay.
It looks more like a skate shoe.
Oh,
Whatever. Or I don't know what you.
Laces? Got laces?
There's laces. There's
Okay.
other
Like a
things. more
tennis
more
shoe?
familiar,
Tennis style or like a I don't know.
more familiar designs that skaters would actually be like, I don't know. This one's a little risky.
Yeah.
But I think that was another thing I was kind of excited about. I was like,
Right.
oh, make a little bit of fucking noise if you're gonna do it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I really like
Dude,
it.
it's like-
I'm not a slip-on guy, but this is good.
When Dylan came out with his shoe, that hit the market. People were like, "Whoa!"
The shit he did was, yeah.
It was amazing. Like, and I actually rock those.
Oh, you did?
I
that's cool.
had them. I got them for a wedding.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not to
People
skate,
got to go to
but
weddings.
for-
I didn't have him to
Not
skate.
Yeah, it wasn't for skate.
He would skate them.
Yeah.
No, but if you tried them on, it was a full-on skate
Which one?
shoe.
The Gravis one or the
Gravis one.
Oh, yeah.
The Gravis one.
Yeah.
It didn't. It looked like a dress shoe
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
But when you tried it on, it was actual
still
skate.
skate.
It totally felt like a skate shoe. I mean, it was a deceiving look almost.
Looks can be
He
deceiving.
definitely liked to do that.
Beautiful, bro.
But
So I can't wait to see, when is the skate shoe due? I mean, your pro model shoe due out?
the end of the year.
The end of the year?
Yeah, or January or February.
Close to
23.
it. Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
That must be exciting.
Yeah.
That must
I
be
think when I go
exciting.
home tomorrow, I'll have the third round of samples.
Oh.
Pretty
See,
excited
that's the
about that.
one.
Yeah,
sick.
I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm like, I don't fucking. Like, I've just been filming video parts for so fucking long. It's like, do you do a commercial for the pro shoe? Do you have to do another fucking video part to convince people of what it is, or
Right.
do you get more creative with it and kind of, I don't know,
That's an
take a new
interesting,
approach? I don't really
uh,
know what I want to do.
right,
I haven't
right.
filmed yet for this project.
It'll come to you.
Yeah, be
It'll
open-minded
come
about
to you.
it. You know?
Yeah.
Just make some TikToks of you dancing or something, you know?
Hey.
I got to.
Yeah.
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 I got to get one of those.
Right.
Yeah, need that.
Sign up for TikTok. Great.
Is that a plug?
What is this? That's a little,
It's called the Shape Stack logo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else Globe does really well? Clothing.
Yeah.
Their clothing is super simple and nice. I really fuck with it. So, Aaron,
I'll give you the number.
Aaron hooked it up before.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, he gave me. I
Nice.
wear it all the time.
Yeah.
So,
I can't get behind that legally with form and all that. But
Yeah.
No, they do a good job. Yeah.
Yep.
They're doing it. Also, just like the shoes, sustainably as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
That's an interesting thing because you got Former, right? You got the Globe, but you just said the clothing stuff. So, and maybe you can't answer this. I don't know. But are you contracted? Like, can you wear Globe stuff like shirts and hats and stuff like that? Or are you just representing like the footwear? That's an interesting.
It's a footwear contract, just like the
Yeah.
same guys the other companies.
Right.
Most of them don't ride for the clothing, or I don't know.
Yeah. There's like
There
now
aren't many clothing companies left either. That's
Right.
kind of a
There's
weird one.
not.
as
That is a
well.
weird
But
one.
In skateboarding,
Yeah.
in
But
skateboarding,
in
Skateboarding.
yeah.
skateboarding, like a shirt is complementary to the shoe brand. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it like almost comes hand in hand.
It
It just
does.
depends on how you look at it. You
But
can
then
get
they-
top to bottom like fucking deal, but at the same time, like if I ride for fucking Nike shoes, I wouldn't mind wearing a fucking Nike shirt.
Right,
Or
right. But
if
they
I
do-
rode for Globe fucking shoes. I wouldn't mind wearing a Globe shirt. You know what I mean?
Well, are
they
you-
do divide them though sometimes too.
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
do.
It's
They
like
do.
the
They do.
I don't
Yeah.
think all those guys ride for them.
No, they don't.
No.
They don't.
Right.
Some of them
Only
do.
a few,
Some of them,
a
yeah.
lucky few,
Yeah.
a very lucky
Yeah.
few.
Well, this is a weird question. Like, since you own Former, do you have a contract with them for endorsement, or is it just like
I think it's in the best interest to be wearing it at all times.
for sure?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like,
Right.
but you don't have like that agreement like you do with like a Globe, right?
he's an owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's a
but
footwear contract.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess I could. No, I don't think so.
yeah, I just
you
don't
don't
know
have
if that
you-
was. A
I
thing.
just
You're
wrote
asking him if-
I just wrote a contract in my head.
Just right now?
Yeah,
Did you sign it?
yeah,
you
I
sign
did.
it?
I did
Okay.
digitally.
Just
Yeah,
making sure.
Yeah.
But you're asking if he has a contract with Former.
Yeah, even though I know you own the
Right.
company, I just didn't know if you were like, oh, maybe we should set this up for whatever reason. But I don't know if that
No.
even makes sense.
I think being an owner.
I think that's enough. Where
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
kinda-
there was just that expectation that I told him. They even mentioned it. And I was like, I'm going to be wearing this
Right.
all the time.
Right.
Just so you know, and I won't
It's
be
yours.
wearing that.
It's
So
a-
don't be
it-
surprised.
It's a beautiful
Kind of
thing to own something.
Is the team just you four, or is there other riders now on Former?
Fuck, it's so weird with the COVID thing too, because we've expanded our team in Australia. Got some guys in Japan, but I haven't even fucking met the guys. I've just seen their footage, and we've been talking a lot. So
Amazing.
it's like we're gonna kind of meet the new team,
That's
which
pretty-
is kind of exciting.
Surfers and skaters.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah, both. Yeah.
Oh,
But trying to get some guys in the U.S. It's a weird. It's hard to do that right now. But we've definitely got dough to throw out there and
There you
opportunity
go.
and travel, and I think It's either you're flow or you're not. I don't fucking know. You sit flow and you wear the things, or you get fucking paid and you get to travel and get some good experiences and life experiences that you would have otherwise never fucking experienced. And so I think you want that or you don't.
I say it I probably would have never left this country if it wasn't for skateboarding.
Yeah.
I have traveled the world, and that has been one of the main perks, is seeing this world that we live in, and seeing the cultures and seeing just different places and experiencing from not as a tourist even, as a skater, you go there and the skaters show you the best places to eat, the best bars. I mean, you're literally immersed as a local into these places, which is, you can't get that anywhere else.
No.
You know, being a skateboarder.
Totally.
It's fucking amazing.
Where do you think you'd be? You think you'd just be here?
I don't know. I don't think I would have had the opportunity to travel. You know, maybe I would. Maybe just locally.
Right.
But listen,
you would have had the possibility.
Like the metro or
no, yeah.
But you would have wanted to,
the
though,
bus.
right? You wouldn't have wanted to travel, right?
I probably would have wanted to, but listen, traveling costs money.
Yeah.
Traveling, I don't know where I would be if I didn't skateboard. Like, that's kind of an impossible question to answer, right?
Yeah.
What would you do if you didn't skateboard,
Totally.
right? So I don't know. It costs money, hotels, booking, traveling.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's gnarly. And that's why I think we talked about it on the show recently is, we were talking about demos and skateboarding and traveling. It's expensive for companies to fly a whole team around the world.
Especially board companies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot back in the day was a lot of depending on the distributors to pay for stuff and hotels and this and that. And I think it was kind of about the Instagram, like how Instagram kind of came up, and maybe kind of tours they kind of stopped a little bit, and it was kind of more, you could, why do we need to go on tour? Anybody could reach out to you from anywhere in the world, right? And I don't know. It's just an interesting, thing.
But you can't. You're not gonna travel from your phone.
No,
for all those people, I'm just you're not going to experience those things.
I get what he's saying. It's easier. You can see these people that much easier. Engagement.
You can engage with them easier. Yeah.
I don't agree.
I don't think it's engaging. I like to see the people in person. Obviously, I think that's the most engaging way to see somebody.
Yeah. But I think when Instagram first came around and companies were trying to figure out how to do this thing, and
a lot of money was tight too for
money. And I mean, listen, skateboarding's a wave, it goes up and down. There's no budget. There's no this, that, and the other. But I feel like skateboarding's touring kind of went a little downhill.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just companies I rode for. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I mean, your companies were big at it back in the day.
100%.
Yeah.
But in the last, let's say 10 years, 5 to 10 years, it's slowed down. It wasn't like how it was.
Demos were the thing. You had to go demos and this and traveling and tours, and we were traveling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually kind of interesting. In my opinion, your best video part was a tour video, which is kind of awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's random, right? They were doing it.
That was in the tour video, right?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Switch flips. Lance Mountain drew that for me.
Yeah.
Wait, so also off subject of Chris, do you own part of was it SML wheels?
Yeah, small wheels as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We started that with Aaron Brown, James Craig, and myself. Nice. I was 15 at the time.
15?
Yeah.
When you guys started that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's been going on for 15 years.
Was that just like a little kid dream? We're gonna make a wheel company.
Well, I mean, Aaron's much older. Aaron's 40. Aaron's
James Craig as well.
James,
for sure.
15 years older, close to that, or
totally.
Whatever. I was just hopping on it.
Right.
Right. At the time, and we were all just friends. But it's actually a company now.
That's so rad.
I get paid from it, and it's
That's tight.
Wheels are selling.
People, people like it. I mean, doesn't happen often, but sometimes,
Man, shout out James Craig.
Hell yeah.
I mean, shout out, both of those guys. Aaron and
100%. I'm just
those guys.
James is a skater and a dude growing up, man.
They're doing the hard work and the whole team too, and everybody. It's where that exists too. The guy in the taxi was asking me last night. He's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Well, I skateboard. I'm a professional skateboarder, and I own a clothing company. And then we manufacture skate wheels. And then I was just like, oh, that's weird. Like that's on my my title.
Yeah.
Like I actually have these titles.
Yeah.
It's probably weird for all those guys too, and all of us. It's like we don't.
Yeah, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a skateboarder. But
Right.
like, now there's other extensions
like you do
of me
fucking
now.
diamond, you do all these things.
Yeah.
You know,
It's funny to say it. And
when it's not, when it's actually not skateboard, you know what I'm saying? When you have to elaborate on what you do.
Yeah, of course, because they're
Yeah,
interested, and you're
of
like,
course.
they would never understand what we do.
Just explaining to somebody.
Yeah, how does being a pro skateboarder work? You're like, well, fucking photos. That's not a thing anymore. We don't. Instagrams,
TikToks.
I get up and I go skate.
You try to skate and you
try to
film it.
produce
Yeah,
fucking footage.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's it.
but
That's
trying to
it.
explain to people is like. But everyone has a different way of doing their professional skateboarding.
This
you
is
know what I
true
mean?
now. This
Like,
is true.
not everyone goes out and
It's
films
pretty
video parts.
easy nowadays.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking easy. Anybody can do it.
You're kind of one of the. There's not a lot of people like you anymore. They're just focusing on
Like
video
kind of-
parts. Like, there's not a lot like that.
I'm jealous that of those people that don't have to do it, because I'm just like, fuck, it is so exhausting and draining to you fucking, all of us know,
Social
like,
media.
I don't even want to waste energy on that. It's just like, oh, that's just a place to like showcase these things, but to actually do the act
Right.
and see it all the way through and come up with a song and where you're going to try, all that stuff is just, I don't know.
It's a long process.
It's a long process. But
Yeah.
I feel like yeah.
But it's super fulfilling, though,
You
too,
get a
once you get
reward
that
out of it
done,
that's
yeah.
much more than just hitting up a little thing that comes up for a second. You're like, yeah, that's cool, and it gets a little moment. But, yeah, I don't know. That stuff's not that interesting to me. I kind of stopped participating in that shit.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to do all those fucking funny videos with Grant and all them, and I loved doing that shit. And then I was just like, this is just a weird, like, place. Like a weird look at me place, and this weird, I don't know, just...
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't fulfilling anymore. It just got to that point where you already did it for 2 years or 3 years, and shit gets boring.
Right.
sure.
It's not that exciting. It's just a
Right.
habit.
Exactly.
Just a habit.
Yeah.
Not that
But then
exciting.
it becomes like such a powerful tool to express yourself and to get the word out on whatever you're fucking doing. If you want that.
Of
You know
course,
what I mean?
yeah, it depends on how you use it. But yeah, using that thing is like a fucking...
It's fucking...
I don't know.
I have-
Being a person, like that's too much.
I have problems
It's
with
too
it.
much.
I can't do it. Yeah. Trust me. I wish I was good at it. I really do, but I
think it's
just
that fucking
can't.
hard to be good at it.
I look at some
It's
people
just your
and I'm like,
interest
oh, they're
level.
fucking good at
It's
it.
like, where do you want to put your time? Your actual time into like a skill set, or into just like a mirror and clicking a button
Right.
and
That's
getting
the
that sort of
reality.
like instant gratification, not even from yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
that can't be good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oh, social media.
Oh,
is-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But people are getting paid. They're doing the thing. They're getting actual reward because they're like, oh, I get money from this. And I'm like, all right.
Sure.
You know, I think
don't
when we started
enjoy
the
it.
show, we all kind of chilled out in social media. I know it sounds weird, but we don't really post shit. All three of us?
I really don't.
I don't
it's hard for
post
me to-
anything
No,
anymore.
I
Like
mean,
a hard post.
I'm on
like,
my hard posts I don't do. Like, it's very rare, but fucking, I'm in the story. I do the stories. and
stories
shit.
for days.
Yeah.
Same here. But it's like, I don't have this, like, I need to make a fucking Instagram and post it today. I don't have that
Nah.
anymore at all,
Yeah,
which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, if that is pressure for certain people, but to
Yes.
relieve yourself of that,
Yeah.
congrats.
I mean, dude.
Well, I mean, you're putting it
No,
somewhere
I-
else that's better. It's like you're having
Sure.
really
Yeah.
Right.
engaging
Totally.
really engaging
Totally.
conversations.
Sometimes it's just hard to leave here and then still be active on. Well, I just filmed for 2 hours and 30 minutes with Austyn, but now I'm posting this and I'm posting that. It's like, dude, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Let me live a life
Yeah.
that I can enjoy.
You should get on OnlyFans, though. You probably make a lot of money on OnlyFans.
You single?
I could,
Do you have to be single to be on that thing?
No, I don't
No.
think you do.
Oh, you don't?
No.
no, but a lot of
Do you
people.
know what OnlyFans is?
People associate.
Are they
with
looking
that.
for riders?
You could probably.
This be it?
You know what? I would assume that you'd probably do well if you started OnlyFans.
You think?
Yeah.
Do you have to show things?
If you want to, I think. I don't
But
have
that's what
one.
it's about.
That's a main platform for that, but you don't have to do that.
People have it. They have.
They have those, and they don't do that.
What do the good people on it do?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
Not that they're bad people.
Yeah.
Not that they're bad, but just setting good examples. It's not a place where you set a good example.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like, let me see into places that.
It's true.
I don't have it. Never looked at it. I just don't. I don't know what someone else would do other than that.
Put it this way: if they tried, I think they tried to cancel that portion of the business.
Yeah,
they tried, and they couldn't. So I mean, that just shows. I guess they are pretty. That's.
I think the next one is that you start something called Cancel, where it can't go any further. It's called Cancel. New app called Cancel. Just coming up with this.
Right.
And you could do all of these things that would otherwise get you canceled, but since it's named it, you can't really go any further.
Someone's gonna take your idea again, dude.
You already
that
are.
is. I'm definitely gonna take that.
You already are that. That could be the place, and there's plenty of people for that.
All right.
People are getting canceled left and right.
We'll just send them over there. Yeah. Fuck that shit. Oh God. So bad.
It's insane.
So crazy.
You can't
we don't need to
participate.
participate
Can't say anything these days.
We're giving them credit. Man. Give them credit. What's in that mug?
Coffee.
Okay. It's a drawing. Looks like Polar or something.
This is Wall Street. Sketchy skate shop appreciation
It looks
program.
like he's
Mark
no,
Gonzalez. Mark Gonzalez.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Might have got in trouble, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, Pontus.
making fun of Mark Gonzalez.
No, I wasn't making fun of it. I said it reminded me of something.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's in your glass?
Not enough.
Not enough.
You want another beer?
Sure, yeah.
Go get him a beer, bro.
Dude.
So what
Kelly.
else, dude? We had the Globe shoot. Congrats on this. Congrats on the whole Globe thing.
Definitely.
For real, it's amazing.
And going in there and changing some things a little bit.
Thanks to them for
allowing you to
giving me a platform to do that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Bro.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it.
Oh, you even took the empty. Amazing. And then I can't wait to see the actual
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it is.
Like you get a sample back, right? And what are you just like you're seeing these? What are you changing on them?
I'll draw on the shoe.
Okay.
I'll work in Illustrator and Photoshop and basically crop things that I do and don't like and basically redesign it.
Okay. And then you
in
send
a very ghetto form. And then I send that to the shoe designer.
Right. And then does he
Without doing the precise tech packs, it's pretty much me doing all of it, giving it to them. Because that's helping them as well. It's like,
Sure.
We did do like a blind, like, here's a mood board. This is what we think you might like. And I saw what they put out there, and I was like, no, that was a time period of my career where people maybe expected that, but I want to do this thing where...
Interesting.
I'm excited about the new shoe as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not look like that. And
Amazing.
Do you think it's going to
to see
look
it.
different than any other skate shoe that's out there?
yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. I think it's gonna look a lot different than all of the Globe shoes that exist, all of the other brands that exist, and I think it will, from a design perspective, I think it will affect a few things. I'm like, it could be done this way.
Yeah.
You can change things. I pulled a lot from outside of skateboarding. It looks very much more like if you were to say this is a nice wedding shoe.
Okay.
I love skating in the shoe. It does skate well. It has the same architecture as every fucking skate shoe.
Sure.
But this one, I'm excited to see the samples tomorrow.
Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you're flying home tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a quick one.
Damn.
Yeah, just came in for this.
And
yeah.
isn't that
great?
I got to go back. Yeah, I got a dog. Got
Is
a
this
whole
the
thing.
first person, first guest we've had that's actually
We
flown?
fly a lot of people in.
No, it was great. And Roger set up I told Aaron to grab that hotel.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Roger book all the hotels for all the
It's
trips.
the best.
He's the best.
He is.
Really nice place.
He knows yeah.
Really
Hey,
nice place.
Have you gone to the
Yeah.
rooftop there?
It's been closed. When we started this, that's when they opened. So we could
okay.
head over there right now. I actually got a voucher.
You got a voucher
Yeah.
from the room.
Well, the check-in
Yeah, let me give you a voucher.
was kind of a whole
Get you a free
process.
drink.
Oh, was it?
When the whole company gets you a room, they want the physical card.
Right.
Didn't happen. Aaron's really good at the shit. He complained. They give us vouchers. So
Ooh,
He
nice.
complained. You got a voucher.
Maybe we'll go get some tater tots and look at the sunset.
Tater
I don't know what the
tots.
fuck they do up there.
Love
No,
to
it's
do
expensive
Venice
drinks.
is a bizarre place.
$17.
That
Yeah,
whole
for
area.
$20 probably.
Did you
$20
see
drink.
the Nodus fire hydrant?
Yeah, I did.
Isn't that
yeah,
great?
Aaron mentioned that. Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah.
Man, not a spin.
Yeah, right
Love
there.
that.
It's crazy,
Still
right?
there. That's crazy.
He worked at Quicksilver.
Were you there the same time? Yeah, you were. Huh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
What did he do there?
Creative?
He did creative, yeah.
Creative?
Just do graphics, yeah. Graphic
wow.
designer, pretty sure.
We see him around here all the time.
You do?
Yeah, he's just.
Fuck, he's a sweetheart.
I
Best
never
guy.
talked to him. He's like he's like a myth almost.
It's like an anomaly.
Yeah. He likes it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
For
But he is one of those dudes where I see him, I'm like, it's fucking Nadas over there.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
I
fucking,
bet.
his dog's taking a shit right now. It's fucking, he's picking it up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
they
still,
do normal things.
Whoa,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
Nadas.
Some
Crazy.
people have that effect, bro. It's really, really odd. But
It's
all
in-
for the right reasons.
He has that effect.
Yeah.
Every time I see him.
Absolutely.
It's not
yeah.
like you're scared of him.
Nah.
It's just like you're like, dude, there he is.
Kind of
like
taken
yo.
back. by
Yeah,
it.
you're like,
Whoa.
I didn't grow up in that era when he when he first was like big. You know what I mean? But watching that footage, like him skating the curves down there, is fucking insane.
Powerful, too.
Like
Like,
so
yeah.
powerful, dude. Hopefully we can get him on the show.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I've been trying. And the song that he skated to.
Yeah.
Nadas Coppice, man. Shout out Nadas, bro.
Yeah.
Legend.
That was a cool time, though. That was a real, like, creative powerhouse with Bill being there, Strobeck and Nadas, and Alex, and all these things. You're just like, wow, this is...
Yeah, you guys had a good team,
Yeah, that
good
was a cool
videos.
time.
It's like
Yeah.
unexpected from that brand.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
But it made sense. It all worked, right?
sure.
If the footage is good and somebody films it well,
That's all.
and there's good music, and
Yep.
you're pushing the creative envelope, for lack of better words.
Sure.
And it excites people. I think anything can be done.
Definitely.
What was that warehouse that you guys skated? It
That was the Quicksilver warehouse.
that looked huge. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's a
guys
big
were-
company.
Yeah.
They were like almost a bit. They bought companies. Didn't they buy these? They bought companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Very
they did,
successful companies.
Right.
Yeah.
They better have a big warehouse.
I just that was a
That
cool
one was
segment.
empty though.
It was.
It was maybe, I don't know. It was a weird time when that happened. But yeah, they gave that to the whole skate team to design a skate park, and that was before the park was there. So they just had couches and weird mannequins from photo shoots and weird stuff. So
Sometimes that's almost better than a skate park. When you kind of got to morph your own
yeah,
shit.
I
yeah,
like
I like
of
that.
course,
Sure.
yeah.
Wait,
No,
they
was-
gave that to you guys for just the skate park? Like this is all.
while they were building the skate park.
I don't
Yeah.
remember seeing footage of the skate park for some reason. Was there?
Yeah, I think Danny had a bunch of stuff there.
Why am I tripping?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was fun for us. It wasn't like that important to everybody else. It was just only fun for like
The select few.
the select few that had keys or whatever. It wasn't like
Yeah,
everybody could go there. It wasn't.
it wasn't like
The
going to
other
Beeble's
parks.
Park
Exactly,
or something, whatever.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time too.
That park
Fucking
was.
Christ.
It was
Yeah.
super fun.
That little era was so good.
So what are you working on now?
Got a flight tomorrow back to New York. Go to Miami the next weekend.
Nice.
Straight from Miami, come back here to meet up with our production team for Former for 2 days.
Okay.
And then go on a Former trip. And then go on a Globe trip, maybe to South America. Then
Beautiful.
go on another trip to Australia.
Nice.
And then in between that, I'm trying to record another album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Gonna record that in March, whenever that fits in that schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, a buddy of mine in Nashville wanted to record it, which is kind of a weird thing. I'm recording in Nashville. Nashville's the best sound.
What kind of music?
Yeah, just whoever's listening, just type in my name on Spotify if you even want to. But yeah, easy listening. I don't know. Alternative,
Okay.
something. I don't know where it sits.
Yeah.
I don't know where it sits.
Is
But
it kind of like Danny's music, or
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia?
I don't think.
Does he do? Is he still doing music stuff?
Yeah, of
He
course.
is?
That's what he does. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Reverend Barron.
Yeah, I
Robert
did.
Barron.
We played one of his songs on the show, I think. It was,
No. I know, but I don't remember. I didn't know if he was still like that's all he was doing. I haven't.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
his gig.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
engineer now. That's what he does. He records people.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So he did the
Sick.
last 2 records that I did.
Oh wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
So he helped out with that.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know what we're gonna do, but yeah, another buddy wants to do it. So it'll be
Amazing.
in Nashville around that time in March, and then start figuring out what I'm gonna do for the new shoe.
Beautiful.
And then
Beautiful.
a lot of travel,
Okay, that's
a
good.
lot of saving miles too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, save those miles.
Oh,
That's also
yes.
some good advice.
Yes.
Those
Save
miles.
your miles.
Yeah, man.
That helps out.
Make sure you
Well,
Bye.
dude, congrats on everything, man. And man, again, thank you for bagels,
Don't
bro.
forget about the bagels.
Let
Hey.
me
Brought
see
you
this.
bagels.
He brought us bagels
Perishables.
from New York. I know Dubs is my mouth.
I'll take some
my mouth is
21st
watering,
and second. Not going to tell you the spot.
Okay. Oh no.
Just toast them.
No.
Do your thing.
I love. I've been really into putting locks on bagels right now.
This place
Oh,
is
yeah?
the best. I'll send you a photo.
Really?
Yep. They have the whole fucking fish and they slice it individually just for your bagel.
No.
Yeah. It's called tall bagels.
Wow.
Could be a little
Smells
chain
great.
out there. Fuck, it's great. Yep.
There might be an onion bagel in
These
there.
There's one in there.
These everything bagels.
To everything.
pumpernickel?
Poppy, pumpernickel,
Yeah, I thought I
onion.
saw pumpernickel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sneaking around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Smell delicious. Thank you for this.
Yeah, yeah, you should. Just you.
Hey.
Did you want the onion? You should steal it from him.
I might have to take the onion.
Take that.
I thought you're pumpernickel guy.
Pumpernickel too.
What's pumpernickel?
I don't know, but
I think it's some sort of like rye grain, darker rye grain that they use. It's part of that process. I don't know.
it's a great name.
It's delicious.
Whoever made up the name pumpernickel.
Yeah.
Like plain old egg.
Egg bagel?
Yeah.
Egg bagel.
And plain.
I like everything bagel.
Everything or
Everything
onion.
too. I can't front on everything.
Hey, listen, sometimes I'll do cinnamon raisin, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I saw some psycho putting strawberry cream cheese on like a breakfast or bagel. It was so disgusting. I was just like, school shooter.
it's not, yeah,
That's some weird shit. I don't know.
Strawberry. Listen, let's keep it. I like the whipped cream cheese actually.
The whipped strawberry?
Whipped? No. Dubs, you've been sitting next to me a long time. I don't know who you think I am.
The
Hey,
regular.
The regular, bro,
Okay,
for
okay.
sure. Well, we'd like to give you some stuff if you're down to take back to New York.
Does it carry on?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Kelly, go
Can
get
you ship it where?
No.
This sounds
We're-
great. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
I mean, is he allowed to wear
What's that
like?
No, he's probably not going to wear it.
Yeah.
what?
No.
You're not. You
Does it
can't
look
wear.
like this?
No.
No.
Probably not.
I told you.
You can't.
No,
you don't
I'll
want it
take
in
it.
nightclub stuff.
No,
Mug. What about a
I'll do
mug?
Mug?
Yeah.
There
Maybe
we
your
go.
lady.
I don't
would
want to
it or
like
something.
take anything that you guys. I don't know.
Well, if you're not going to wear it, I get photo incentive. We get photo incentive here.
Do I get it if I wear it?
$20. It's
On
cover
the cover.
Thrasher.
I'll take the mug. I'll take the mug.
Get him a mug, Kelly. Bro. Listen,
That'd be cool to get photo incentive for a mug shot.
mug shot.
Actual mug shot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has anybody done that?
Hold the. I mean,
Could be cool.
yeah.
That's amazing.
I've yet to give out the photo incentive yet, but
No one's sent a,
nobody's.
That shit doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
Tommy Sandoval. He got a ad wearing our 9 Club stuff.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, pretty amazing.
I think a couple times, maybe.
Shout out Tommy. He never sent us like an invoice or anything.
No.
We're waiting.
He didn't.
Doesn't seem like an invoice guy.
No.
Seems like he'd just drive up.
Next time I see him, I'll
Pull
probably.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd just drive
Next
up.
time
and-
I'll get it when
yeah,
I
you're
come
just like,
by.
Yeah. I'll
Stop
give him
and chat,
20.
I'll grab it.
Next time I see him, I'll give him $20.
That's
You know what I'm
nice.
But yeah, thanks so much for coming by, dude.
Of
This has been
course.
great,
I mean,
dude.
yeah.
And I listen.
Like I said, I hope I didn't bore anybody. There's so much shit going on. I don't know. Like that's happened in the last.
this is
been
beautiful,
20 years.
bro.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how
Yeah,
fast
skating,
it
like-
goes by, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
How do you feel? I mean, there's a lot of good skateboarders out there right now. I feel like it's just crazy the amount of people that are fucking talented.
Yeah.
How do you keep up with?
No. That's impossible.
But
That's like trying to it's not possible.
Yeah.
right.
Like you work within your wheelhouse and you try to get.
Thank you, Kelly. Oh, hell
Be,
yeah.
With anything you do, be a better version of yourself. Or the last thing you did. You're only as good as the last thing that you did.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, try to leave that impact and
Right.
hold yourself at that standard and make it better, whatever that is. And even as you get older, you do it in your own fucking ways and it makes you excited. So yeah, you can't keep up with that shit. But
It's fucking hard.
It's
Yeah.
tough, man. But there's certain kids that's they come around and they stick out. Like the Dylan J kid.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable, bro.
Are there any kids coming up right now that you're stoked on?
there's a couple, yeah. I've actually hit them up too.
Who's that?
Should check my DM.
Can't say. If I've learned anything, I will not say that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. I like watching it. I don't watch
Yeah.
it too often. But I started to realize that I'm gonna have to do that because with the companies and stuff, I'll have to start going to contests and seeing kids and just seeing what's out there and try to do what people did for me.
There you go.
You know, and that's
paying it forward.
You're that guy now.
dope.
yeah,
that's
it's
awesome.
a weird thing, but also still skating. So
Totally.
I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I want to go to Tampa Am on. I'd rather go to Europe or somewhere in Asia
You
or
could
whatever.
be
you go anywhere.
selective. You could be selective as long as you're trying to, like you said, have that best foot forward, and you're trying to pay attention to.
But also, you're
degree.
out
course.
there too, so you're going to see these kids firsthand.
Yeah.
Whether it's in Europe
That
or whether
seems
it's
more
in
natural.
anywhere.
So I think
Right.
something like that
Mhm.
is the way to
Right.
go. But
Sure.
yeah, not too many. I'm not too privy to all that shit. There's just
Yeah.
too much of it, and
It
I
is.
can't keep up. And the one place to look at it is too messy for me. So, or the two places,
Yeah.
I can't focus, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
do it. I
Right.
don't participate.
They'll throw you all over the place.
But I do
I'll tell
want
you
to
that.
pay people, and I
Yeah.
do want to travel, and I do want to do, build a new team with these brands, and
Amazing.
yeah, I'm excited to do it.
I
and
love it,
get
bro.
people involved. I
Yeah,
think they'd
dude.
have a good time. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, listen. First off, want to thank you so
Yeah, Of
much.
course, yeah. Thank
Austin.
you.
My man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We have.
We'll get a hug. We'll get a hug.
They did a. Here's some. Well, first of all, wait. Here's a mug for. This is we have fans. I hate
I
I hate the
know.
word fans. Community.
Community.
Sam Pearson drew that. It's our burning mug. It's us on fire as skeletons.
It was before Jerron was here, so it's
yeah,
Roger
it's me
on
and Roger
fire.
and Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah,
make an
update
update.
that.
We gotta make an update.
Yeah, we'll do a
Update that
do an
mug.
update. Also, here's a hoodie. I'm sorry, crew neck for you, just in
Oh,
case.
cool.
Just in case.
It might be cold out
Getting
here.
cold.
Yeah.
Out here,
Yeah.
I gotta go back. It's fucking 17 degrees.
He's like, it's not cold here. Not cold
No.
here. at
So
all.
yeah, I will use this.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just post it on Instagram.
Yeah, you bet.
Tag it. Here's some stickers for you.
Yes.
Yes.
The incentive.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Photos-
is it. This is like the
listen.
seal of approval. You made it here. You did the thing.
did it.
You get a gift.
You could also order them online at 9club.com.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Not that many.
Right.
Just a little pack.
Should I save half? I'll give you half.
No. We have a. Trust me,
Thank you.
we have plenty.
I bet.
But man, this is great, and thank you for the bagels.
Yes,
this is
of
great.
course.
This is
Yeah.
great.
I was
Kelly-
gonna get some of it. I had this idea for. I want to do a money tree or something like that. Good.
Oh.
You know,
I like
podcasts,
that.
all that stuff's hard. You want to
Yeah,
Give the good energy.
good energy, do the whole
Yes.
thing.
I appreciate that.
Maybe
man.
that's
These will
on
do.
the follow up.
Stop
What do you
and
guys
chat.
call it? Stop and chat.
Stop and
There you
chat.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're welcome back anytime.
Oh,
Trust
thank
me.
you.
Trust me.
Please,
If you
definitely
want to
come
come back and we'd love to have you back for the new shoe.
That'd be
Yeah.
Go over
great.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that would be really
Please.
fucking cool, and
Yeah.
then catch up with what you're doing and everything.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing. Talk more stuff. But thank you. We'll give Kelly the pumpernickel bagels. I've never actually had a pumpernickel.
What about Raj?
Oh, he may be pumpernickel guy.
Rod-
Rod
the guy.
is totally a
He's
pump.
totally-
What, pumpernickel?
Pumpernickel?
Pumpernickel.
There's a stigma to pumpernickel.
I don't know. Is there?
I don't-
Like
Just
a
the
bagel.
name.
Maybe
Just
there
the
is. That's
fucking
probably
name.
some Seinfeld shit where there. Yeah.
It sounds like a Seinfeld thing.
Yeah.
He's a pierogi guy, so it might be a pumpernickel guy.
Okay. Test it out.
He hasn't
Pierogi.
he hasn't had the pierogies for a while.
I think he just made some recently. Came in
Hear
here.
the microwave going off.
No, he fucking fries them up. He'll have to
That
tell
was
you
the
about it.
sound outside. That was him building pierogies the whole
He was
time.
building a pierogi
Yeah.
oven. brick pierogi oven.
That was
Jeez.
Sorry, I don't know what's
No,
going on. In
no,
there.
it's
But dude,
fine.
thank you so
Love
much
this.
for coming.
Fuck
It's been
yeah, bro.
amazing, bro.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
much success
Hell yeah.
moving forward. And bro, so stoked that you came.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.